Okay. Not much to say other than hello everyone. It's your fair programming error that just refuses to be fixed. Code here. And welcome back to Doki Doki Club meetings. Hooray! It's the one thing, the big mod, the one that everyone's looking forward to. Me at least. I know Spin is more so looking forward to it being over so I can finally play ahead in time. But oh well. Speaking of, Neon and Spin are already here. Hello to both of you. Hope everyone's having a decent day. At least decent. And is not calling me a certain type of fish. Alright. So. Last time we did stuff. And today we shall continue to do stuff. Military ads, I don't want stupid. Same. I want to stay far away from that shiz. Alright, so, Season 3 episodes. We're in the second half already, by the way. So last time we finished the beginning, where we basically had the entire backstory. As they say here, Natsuki and Yuri consider the history of their relationship. The entire backstory of what the fuck actually happened behind the scenes when they got together. Cause cookies. Ooh, okay, that's totally fair. Thanks for checking in and have fun, I guess. Hope you make something absolutely delish and not just fish. Alright, so we're moving on to the second episode of the second half of the third season now. Good times, and now we go onward indeed. Onward indeed. Also, hello, Dev. Alright, 32. The club takes care of business on a rainy day. Curious. We'll see what that entails. Start. No use dilly-dallying. It's gonna be a long one anyway. Stories and secrets. Forbidden knowledge. Is that supposed to tell us something? I guess we'll see. And we start with our boy, MC. Oh wow, it's really raining this morning. Surprisingly bright. I assume it's because he has his lights on, not because the sun is shining. I remember they said it was gonna rain yesterday, but gosh. I'm going to have to bring an umbrella today for sure. 2 umbrellas. Why? Why 2? Why not share one with Sayori? Because I know he's saying 2 because Sayori will probably forget to bring an umbrella, but come on, going together under the same umbrella is so cliche. You can do it. Please, no. Let's go, Sayori. Time to get going.
Almost ready.
Even when I can hear her voice on the other side of the store, I still get anxiety standing here. So you will forcefully open the door now. It's been so long. I should stop being stressed. I don't like being on the edge of a freakout every time I stand outside my girlfriend's room, but you will. Also, hi Deadly. How's it going? We're just, you know, waiting to open the door to Sayori's room. As you know.
Okay, I'm ready. MC, what's wrong?
Nothing important, Sunlight, I'm fine. Better now.
Don't just bury it. Talk to me. Even if something's bothering you, just a little, I wanna know.
Having a girlfriend who always knows how you're feeling sure is something. It's just this room.
My room?
No, this room. This hallway. It always makes me feel a little anxious to stand here.
Because of before?
Yeah. But it's okay now, I promise. Best if you haven't read my Discord announcement yet, I'm feeling pretty depressed and yeah, it's but I'm sure you'll make it through it somehow, but you'd think that being familiar with so much DDLC stuff, I would have learned a thing or two about depression so I could tell you stuff, but I am no mental health expert. So I will just hope that you can distract yourself with content that I hope to provide, maybe. Or you will go to sleep, because it is pretty late for you too, after all. That's okay now, I promise. As soon as I see you, all my weird feelings go away. Also, Kato, hi, hello, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Well, I'm glad for that, but every time you stand in here you get worried.
Yeah, a little. It might be a little worse today than normal. Maybe all the clouds and rain are making me feel a little more down than normal. Haven't got a lot to do. I mean, I guess everyone has some days off now. It's New Year's soon. Can you believe the year is almost over? Jesus. Least favorite from this season? I see, I see. Honestly, it's hard for me to pick a least favorite or worst episode or anything because they were all amazing. Especially in this season, you really kicked things up a notch. With the episode length especially. Oh, I'm looking forward to the club mods. I am absolutely looking forward to the club mods. That's gonna be amazing. Maybe all the clouds and rain are making me feel a little more down than normal.
Maybe. You know, if you don't like waiting out here, you could always just come in. It's not like I mind you come in while I'm changing or something.
I know you probably wouldn't. But I like it that we have a little bit of privacy with each other. Well, it's very furious. Oh, the corrections are coming in. I see. Well, that's what you get when you're dealing with someone who writes mods for visual novels. A lot of writing, a lot of correction on grammar. Ah, boy. But to be fair, it makes sense, because if you are providing visual novel content, then people are gonna call you out for every single writing mistake. So it's only fair that you get to call other people out. So, maybe... Oh, I see. It's grammar pedantic. That would also make sense. Correction, asshole. Well, I would be. I absolutely would be that person. Where were we? But I like that we have a little bit of privacy with each other. It makes it more special when we don't have that privacy.
I see. Still, I don't want you to feel bad every time you're standing here.
Well, maybe this is a chance for you to understand how I feel a little bit.
What do you mean?
Well, it's kind of like your depression, only not nearly as bad. I don't think I'll ever be able to stand here without feeling a little off. I'm never going to completely forget or feel completely okay with it. Just like how your depression is never going to go away completely, probably. And I've had to come to terms with that. I've had to learn that really there's nothing I can do to fix your depression. And there's nothing you can do to fix it either. Nothing that just makes it better. And that's tough, because I see you even a little bit sad and I want to help. So learn to be comfortable with not being able to do something is something I just have to do. And maybe it's something you'll have to do too, with this.
It seems really hard.
Yeah, it is. And it's not so bad, I promise. Besides, I always feel better when I see you happy, so... You should know that all my worries about standing here go away when I see your cute smiling face, you little bun.
Okay, I will try to be okay with that. Now let's go to school.
Happy thoughts, very happy. MC is struggling to get an umbrella open.
I mean, I know I'm clumsy, but I'm pretty sure I could get an umbrella open if you just let me try.
The problem is the wind. It keeps pulling the umbrella whenever I open it. Ah, there. You know, don't you hate wind so strong that it keeps flipping your umbrella the wrong way? Like, you already have the umbrella open. You're walking like 10 steps and all of a sudden, boom. Strong gust of wind, your umbrella is suddenly turned like the wrong way around, and then you have to like lower it a little bit to pull it down again, so it's all sorted out, and you walk a couple of steps and all of a sudden strong wind and it's turned upside down again. I hate it. I hate it when that happens. Thankfully it doesn't happen too often, but when that weather comes around, it is pain. Also, had I have enough? Welcome to the stream. Ah, there. MC finally gets the umbrella open.
Oh, I don't suppose you have an extra one for me, do you?
Wait, you didn't bring one? I only brought two, one for me and one because I knew Sayori wouldn't have one. So you get to share. Give Yuri the extra umbrella. You and Sayori have to share an umbrella. That's just how it goes. Of all the people who I'd expect to actually remember theirs, Yuri.
Oh, I remembered. It's just that my girlfriend borrowed mine a few weeks back and has continually neglected to return it.
So cute.
MC starts struggling with the second umbrella.
Yes, well, you don't know. It means I am without an umbrella this morning. And I really don't want to walk to school in all this. Thus, I will bid you all adieu until I see you there.
What are you?
Well, the privileges of being the club president. But they could have shared an umbrella. It would have been totally fine.
Well, that was sudden.
I get it. I wouldn't want to get cold and soaked walking to school either if teleportation were an option.
Couldn't you have teleported us too, though?
But then we wouldn't get to walk together, sunlight. And where else am I gonna get sunlight on a day like today?
You know, MC, that was pretty cheesy. But I liked it.
Well, good. I'm glad. But yeah, imagine Yuri wants to follow Monika's example and not get too much into the habit of using game commands to do everything. Plus, she probably knows that we enjoy walking together. You ready with your umbrella?
Yeah, let's go. Remember you used to get really excited to walk in the rain and the mud?
We were like 10 years old.
It was still fun.
Well, I still like walking in the rain with you. Ah. It's atmospheric, even if we probably shouldn't get muddy.
Okay, but when we have a house together, I'm gonna make you jump in the mud with me.
I'll look forward to that. Cheesy, I am cheese, says McCheese. Yes. M-cheese, absolutely. She's back! We haven't seen her again since her sprite was first revealed this season. They revealed that she had a sprite. And then, nothing. Until this moment. Club ratings. Club ratings indeed. By the way, I can't believe I haven't asked the question. I keep pronouncing her name like Rie, like I keep pronouncing the extra E in there, because I am trying to pronounce it the way it would be pronounced, you know, with the Japanese characters. That's why I'm pronouncing Miss Ida as Miss Ida and not Miss Ida. But let's hear it from the deaf themselves. So, dear deaf, is it Rie or Rie? Ow. The extra E is pronounced, but it's more of an sound. Okay. Ria. Ria? I think, like, now, yeah, I'm pronouncing the E a little bit too much. Okay. Thank you for the correction. Who is she? Ria. Juliet. Ria. Yeah, Ria. So, okay, Ria it is. Got it. Natsuki says, indeed, just like when she told everyone how to pronounce her name. Ow. Who is she? Well, Spinne, this is an underclassman. This is a kohai of our dear literature club members. She has showed up in previous seasons, but she only got a sprite during this season. And we've only seen her sprite once so far. Natsuki get a new hairdo? Ah, yes, of course. Also, she's front-facing, like Monika. The only other character other than Monika who is front-facing. Anyway.
Well, I'm sure we'd love to have you.
I've spoken to all other club members of the literature club and they'd be delighted to have a new member. Although, to be honest with you, Natsuki talked to everyone before I did. She really wanted to sell everyone on the idea of you joining. Not that we really needed any selling.
Alright. Trying to find her voice again. I know she was like the high-pitched but nervous stutter like Yuri.
So, like, I think her voice was something like this, right? Natsuki-senpai did that for me, huh?
Yeah, I think that was the voice I did for her.
He's so kind. That's certainly one way to describe her. But yes, she was a big advocate for you. Be sure to thank her. I will.
Ria, I don't know if you knew, but all the current members of the Literature Club are seniors.
Yeah, I've heard.
So that means that next year, unless other new people join, you'd be the only member of the club. And thus club president. Hooray! And if you wanted to keep doing it, you'd have to probably find new members. And take on a leadership role. Is that something that would interest you?
Maybe. But I won't have to do anything next year since everyone will come back for their senior year, right?
Yeah! Everyone will come back for their senior year, even though it is already their senior year. Fun how that all works out.
Oh, right, of course.
Miss Ida probably meant once we graduate. Well, I'm not sure I'd be any good at it, but if my seniors want me to try, I'd be happy to. I'm just glad that you're all okay with me joining as a regular member. Yes, of course. Speaking of joining, we have a meeting today after school. Why don't you come on by and see what we normally do?
First meeting with Ria? Let's go, Ria. Come on, join us. I know you want to.
And then we can get you all set up to participate for the meeting after. I actually have something to do today,
Aww. Sad.
so I can't. Maybe next time?
Sure. Whenever is fine.
Okay, great, thanks. I'll be in touch.
What do you make of that? She is very shy. She has trouble committing to do something like this. She gets very afraid all at once.
I see.
I assume you have some kind of plan to deal with her being in the literature club and the consequences that will have for the club in terms of the simulation.
Oh boy. Any plans for tomorrow? Not really. Just stream. Which means yes, I will be streaming straight through New Year. Because I have nothing better to do. I can do a New Year's countdown live on stream with everyone. Ain't that something? Now that being the case though, I do have something to do after stream. Specifically, some family members asked me to pick them up and drive them home after a party. So, yeah. But that is only after stream. I gotta leave my PC on for that time period. Up to you, nobody is forced. Like, I get that many people have better stuff to do on New Year's.
Why do you assume I have a plan?
Monica, I'm fairly slow to learn, but I'm not completely blind or thoughtless. I know by now that you have a plan for most things that affect you, or the club, or the simulation. Even when I came on board, it felt managed. I think you knew all along that I was going to try to learn your secret. You counted on it, and so you arranged things so that the club would benefit by it.
I mean, what would you do? Tell you no, you shouldn't look into this again? Rewrite your actual mind so that you'd quit looking into it?
I honestly don't know what I'd do in your position, but don't you think you ought to have told me that you had your finger on everything once all this was said and done? Or told the other club members about your plan?
People get upset when you tell them things like that. And the rest of the club tends to complicate things when I'm trying to accomplish something like this. It's much simpler just to do the thing.
Ooh, interesting. Why is Ida so tall? Because she's a teacher. She's adult. She's adult in the room. Of course she would be potentially taller. Then again, That's not necessarily a thing that has to be the case. Sometimes adults can be shorter than teens, but fair.
People are happier that way. But then only you get to decide what makes someone happier or not. You're very bright, Monica, but you're not perfect. And it sounds like you've done this kind of manipulation of situations before. Or are doing them now still. Obviously, I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. I'm essentially powerless compared to you. But my suggestion would be to tell the truth to people. Your friends and I trust you, Monica, a lot. I get that you're trying to do the best you can with the huge power that was thrust on you. But do try to be mindful about making sure you keep the trust we all have of you, okay? I'm not saying you've broken it or anything. Just be mindful. A little friendly advice from your teacher. I think I understand. Good, now on to the next topic. Anything going to be different on our space allocation request? No, still just the club room.
Of course, as it should be. We are too attached to the club room. Fucking tiny. Taller anyways, but still. Being tiny has its benefits. Being tall has its benefits. Being medium-sized has its benefits. Every body type has its benefits. Essentially. At least some. At least some benefits are always there.
Unless you think we need anything else. No, I don't think so. Let's see what's next on our agenda.
Alright, let them discuss politics. Ah! Everyone's favorite room! How lovely to be here again.
Hello, I decided not to bring you here using commands this time. I was interested to see if the game would eventually come here of its own accord. Or if you would come here, I should say. And here you are. Again, my apologies for keeping secrets from you with regard to me and Natsuki. It was a secret I kept from everyone at her request, as you know. Interestingly, the game also seemed to keep the secret to some extent, I see. In any event, much is going on today.
Indeed. A lot of rain is going on today.
I was very interested by that last interaction between Monica and Miss Ida. Monica arranged much more than she lets on, it would seem. I wonder what she's thinking right now. But something else is about to happen that should be very interesting. I have been looking forward to this in a way for a long time. I was going to be there in person, but it's something she said she wanted to do alone. For reasons I can understand. Anyway, she's walking in right now. Although I wonder how long she'll take to get to the point. I'm being rude. I should offer to show you what I'm talking about. Here, see for yourself.
Alright, let's see. What is Yuri talking about? I'm very curious. Alright, we got some Natsuki stuff again. Of course she would be talking about Natsuki. But what is it that she wanted to do for herself here? Alright, the friend group amalgam voice.
So I go into this and I go like a little bit more gremlin mode. So yeah, he has to go on a trip with his parents for a while. He'll be gone for like 3 weeks. Oh, you poor baby. How will you ever survive? She'll pull through somehow, I'm sure. So Natsuki, what was the news you had for us?
Oh, it's her confessing about the relationship. We're spreading the word. We're spreading the word. Natsuki takes a deep breath.
I started dating someone.
A hush fills the room.
It's a girl, I'm bisexual. Holy shit. Is it anyone we know? Yes. It's Yuri. And yes, I've liked her for a while. And yes, that's why I was pissed when you guys were picking on her. And no, I will not tolerate you guys talking any shit about her. And no, I am not promiscuous because I am bisexual and this relationship is exclusive. Now, if anyone has any shit they want to say to me about it, they can say it to my face right now. Now is the time to deliver feedback. Now is the time to be hateful and shame me. I don't want to walk out of this room and hear later that you bitches were sniping at me behind my back. You do it right now to my face and we'll deal with it.
No one says anything. I mean, honestly, there is no talking back to Natsuki. You would die. After a few moments, Ikuko walks backwards, her hand fumbling for the door handle, and she runs out of the room. Well, damn, they're breaking down. A few others also leave. Natsuki looks visibly hurt.
Fine. Anyone else got anything they want to say? Or do?
Natsuki looks at Ayami. Ayami pretends she never made eye contact and looks away. Well, hey, we got some support. Hiroko, you better not backstab her later. You better not be like, I'm cozying up to her so I can get all the intel and then talk shit about her later. Is a really good character? Of course she is.
I'm very happy for you, Natsuki.
A few other girls mutter tentative approval.
I've always had my suspicions, to be honest, but I think it's admirable that you've embraced it. And her.
There are some giggles.
I obviously will never know, but I've always been kind of curious what it's like to date another girl. It must have some advantages compared to guys. Oh, definitely. You don't have to put up with a lot of the guy stuff.
There are knowing nods. Okay then. Are we really that bad? The answer is yes, we are that bad.
But also, maybe it's just Yuri, but I feel more hurt too. More appreciated.
The room seems to relax somewhat.
Like the other day?
Well, damn, okay, we got it.
I'm pleased to know she enjoys my company. I suppose that went about as well for her as it possibly could have. Probably too much to hope that an entire friend group would be accepting. Well, I'm sure it'll turn out for the best.
Just Yuri indeed.
It's rather flattering to see Natsuki get so angry on my behalf.
Miss so much of this story. Fair. Yuri is currently club president, so she currently has all the powers over the simulation. Monica is usually club president, but they make sure that, like, Monica gets a break every now and then, so they, transfer the role of club presidency to other characters from time to time. And Yuri's been doing that a lot recently, because she just starts filling in for other people, especially for Natsuki, who really doesn't like the club presidency stuff. So whenever it would be Natsuki's turn, Yuri's just like, I'll do it. Happy New Year, hello Red Doctor, and technically a bit early. New Year's is tomorrow. But thank you anyway. And right back at ya. Club president? Not the type to fuck over her friends this time? Perhaps, but again, Monica is the club president 90% of the time. Well, maybe not 90% of the time, but you know what I mean.
It's rather flattering to see Natsuki get so angry on my behalf. I'm much more used to that anger being turned upon me. It is pleasant to be the beneficiary of it for once. I wonder how many times she's been angry over me before.
Call me Red. Okay, the Red it is.
Actually, I could probably figure that out, couldn't I? Come to think of it, I could figure out all sorts of interesting things about the past. Give me a moment here, perhaps I will see you shortly. I want to try some things.
Oh no, she's experimenting!
Doubtless the others will be up to something interesting in the meantime.
Yuri! Don't experiment so much! You agreed not to poke and prod at the simulation all the time! Alright, who wants to come up to the board? Let's see. Yawata, come on up.
So bored. I wonder what MC is doing right now. Probably something more interesting than this. I wish he were here in the class with me. I'd be happy if I could just look at him. I wish he didn't feel unhappy because of me. I hurt him so badly that he feels bad every time he stands in my hallway. I did that to him. Me, no one else. I hurt him. He suffers because of me. But sometimes he's happy because of me too. He likes having me as a girlfriend.
Yes, Sayori and MC are together. They are in fact together and Monica is still going after the player. Need to play this mod. It's good. It's good. It's the 3rd season already and it's good. They only get together later on, sadly. But don't you worry. It is fun. They are adorable together. Absolutely fucking adorable. Check out Wata and the Yuri thing. I don't know about that. Yeah, Monica's always after the player. It's okay. Yeah, it's an okay mod.
And I feel happy when I can be with him. I just wish I could feel happier when he wasn't around. Or that he was just here.
Sayori rests her head on folded arms and tries to pay attention to the lecture. MC is best girl though. Honorary best girl, yes. Speak of the devil, there's MC hanging out with Monica now. Again. Interesting, considering last time they were talking about how they don't get to spend so much time together. And now they're spending time together again. They did talk about this recently.
So have you seen any of the scenes from it yet?
No, not yet. I kind of wanted to be... I kind of wanted to not be spoiled and just see them live.
I was surprised Sayori finished her club mod so early this year. Usually she waits right up until the end.
Oh, are we gonna get to see her club mod in this episode? Curious. Don't answer that. I'm sure we'll see whether or not we get to see it.
Or after the year's over even.
Yeah, but she was really enthusiastic about this one. Can't wait to see what she's done.
Me too. So how are things in general?
Going well. College applications sure are a pain though.
I know the feeling.
I'm almost done with it though. Feel a lot better once it's actually done. I still can't believe we're actually going to graduate, maybe. It doesn't feel real.
Probably because we've been repeating our senior year for so long. We're literally programmed to feel like it's not real. But count on it, it's happening. Speaking of which, has Sayori gotten a move on? Has Sayori gotten a move on her applications? She was really procrastinating on that.
Yeah, she's making regular progress now, trying to catch up. She's not all the way there yet, but she'll get everything done by the deadline. Don't worry, I'll make sure she finishes.
I'm sure you will. I really want her to be happy and I think college will be good for her.
Yeah, me too. So what about you? What are you up to besides practicing today?
Student council stuff again. Miss Ida and I worked out most of what we planned to ask for this year, but there's still so much paperwork.
You want help?
I couldn't ask you to do that. It's really complicated and...
And you're really uptight about having any of us touch that stuff, I know. But come on, if there's tons of it, it can't all be super important and need your personal attention. Give me some of the scut work. I demand scut work.
You should be careful what you wish for.
I really do want to help. I don't always feel like I do enough for the club. And it'd feel great if...
Worked out with Ida Kules, Ida the Giga Chattis.
The Giga Chattis, of course. And it'd feel great if I could take some of the weight off your shoulders. Come on, I promise you won't regret it.
Well, alright. You want to start right now during the break?
Yeah!
You sure you wouldn't rather spend some time with your girlfriend instead of this boring stuff? This is your last chance to escape.
Sayori and I get plenty of time. I really do want to help.
Alright, let's start with these.
Monica pulls out a few sheets of paper.
These are member sheets. There needs to be one for every member of the club. Basic information like their name and student number and such, plus what office they hold, if any, and what year they are. Also there's a field where it asks if they've done anything bad, basically while a club member. No matter how much you may be tempted to list Natsuki's sins here, please leave these blank for everyone.
Why not list all of her sins? Make her become a legend.
Or just write NA.
Got it. Ah, the gym. Haven't seen this place in a long time either. During the break, the gym has a decent number of people standing around or using the basketball courts. Natsuki emerges from the girls' locker room, fiddling with her hair. And Kenzo's back too! Getting to see some familiar faces again. The return of everyone and everything in this episode. Monica, I ran out of paper for Natsuki. I cannot list her sins on one piece of paper. Alright, Kenzo voice. How's it going, Natsuki? How many free throws you make this time?
Only 3 this time?
Only 3, huh? That's pretty serious. I don't think I've ever seen you make less than 5 before.
Yeah, rough day today.
Well, hit him hard tomorrow.
Oh, I'm not going yet? Waiting for someone?
Oh, cool. So what are you up to after this?
Oh, well, it's Wednesday, so literature club.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, there you are.
Hi, Yuri. Alright, Kenzo, I've got a bail. I'll catch you later.
See ya. Natsuki starts to walk out of the gym. Yuri follows to the side and slightly behind her, minding her distance. List her sins on one paper. We need a whole library. Yes. It's Wednesday, my dudes, except it's Saturday. Wednesday on a Saturday. Amazing. But Natsuki slows down and stops.
Natsuki, is everything?
Natsuki takes Yuri's hand and pulls slightly. Hand holding! Unprotected hand holding! In public! How could you? How shameful! The two of them start to walk out of the gym as some in the crowd stare. After the two walk out, a loud general chatter begins in the gym. Hand holding caught in 4K, yup. So yeah, I hadn't even thought about it before. But no wonder the room was so dirty the week Monica was gone.
She does a lot for you guys that she never tells you about.
So I have learned.
Hi all, how's everyone doing? Sayori MC happy as always? Yep! And Miss Ira, I know you had a date. How did that go?
Oh, we mutually agreed to cancel it.
So about as well as always. How fun. How very fun. Yeah, I know, 2024 quotes coming soon. Especially considering that when it turns to 2024, you're immediately getting so many streams at the start of the year. Isn't that fun? What do you mean you agreed to cancel it? I thought you were really hitting it off texting this guy.
Please don't lecture me. I don't think I can handle getting a paternalistic dating lecture from my students.
We're just looking forward to your date. We are hoping you'd be happy.
Guys, it's my dating life. It's lame. I can't imagine why you're so invested in it.
Like Sayori says, we just want you to be happy. Plus, we're curious. We don't usually get to know teachers pretty well, let alone teacher dating lives. Plus, it's crazy that you don't have a boyfriend. You're so nice.
Thank you, Sayori.
Muffled voices come from down the hallway. The group falls silent to listen to them.
It was a stupid plot point.
Why would you say that?
There was no reason to kill him off.
But the reactions of the other characters...
You can't just kill someone off because you want to see how everyone else reacts.
She did, though.
It's really quiet in there. Are we the first ones here?
No, we're just listening to you.
Were you guys eavesdropping?
It hardly counts as eavesdropping if your conversation is loud enough to be heard through the wall, without any particular effort on our part.
She has a point.
Yes, well, anyway. Now we're all here. Time to get started, yeah?
Wait, Natsuki, first you have to tell us who this girl you've brought to the literature club is. Is this your girlfriend? Thank you, MC. Thank you for the teasing. Everyone likes you teasing her, because it's normally Natsuki's job to tease everyone else. Fine, probably. Way to ruin the vibe in here. Oh! Hang on, way to ruin the vibe. Is that a callback? Callback to when Sayori brought MC to the club, perhaps? Turning it around? I see you there, I see you. I'm about to see the moon from the other side. Oh boy.
Yes, well, I suppose I had that coming. I did give you mad shit when you first came in here. But yes, this is my girlfriend. My knockout drop-dead gorgeous absolute genius girlfriend.
The shocked expression into blush, yes.
And she is here to fucking slay with her literary prowess. Got it?
Loud and clear, Chief.
Good sport. Now seriously, let's get started on the damn club.
With pleasure. Shall we do Sayori's mod first?
Oh, mods, I'm excited to see these.
And I'm excited that Sayori actually got hers done first for once.
Well, shall we get started? Remember not to say anything while the mod is running so we don't confuse our audience. I hope you like it, MC.
I'm sure I will, Bun.
Alright, here we go.
It's time! The first mod in the mod begins! What is Sayori's mod? MC side stories! Ah, yes! I get it, because MC didn't get the luxury of side stories. In Doki Doki Takeover, and Doki Doki, I can't even say it, in Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I'm so obsessed with Takeover still. But yeah, in DDLC Plus, MC sadly, obviously, didn't get side stories. And of course, Sayori would be obsessed with making MC content.
Hey, it's me, Sayori, and this is the mod I made for you guys this time. I decided to make this after the side stories happen in DDLC Plus.
MC didn't get side stories in Takeover. Yeah, obviously. But I mean, he did get his entire own, like, section. But to be fair, he only got one song for himself specifically. One festival song. And then that song he sings together with one of the other Dokis, depending on who you pick. Technically, he also shows up in the medley, of course, but still, he doesn't have enough songs. Give MC more love. But yeah, obviously MC didn't have any side stories, because I think that was explained in the lore that MC as a character was only truly added at, wasn't MC as a character only added for the sake of, like, having a character to view the world through? Like, he didn't exist during the time of the side stories properly. Or if he did exist, only as like a small little background character that might be mentioned and nothing more. So obviously he didn't have side stories.
That's really nice. They really gave me the warm fuzzies. But they were missing someone really important, so I decided to add some for MC. Now these things all happened a long time ago, but not exactly like you see them here. Things kinda like them happened, but I don't make it exactly accurate or anything. But I wanted you to see that MC is a really good friend to everyone. So you should know that something like this happened with all of us. I hope you like it. Which MC side story do you want to see?
Determination! Yes. Very determined boy. Loud voices are audible from the literature club.
Now you know what? Fuck you!
Natsuki,
It's fine, Monica. I care nothing for her incoherent rage. The howling of primates doesn't bother me at all.
Yuri,
Yeah, run your stupid mouth.
What I just said as a thoughtless insult with my stupid mouth is better literature than you've ever dreamed of.
I fucking hate you.
An incoherent chaos of yelling and insults begins. Monica tries to be heard over it, but it's useless.
it's useless with those two sometimes. We can't focus on literature for 5 minutes without one of these idiotic arguments. We are 5 people. 4 today because Sayori's out sick. It should not be this difficult to hold 3 other people together as a leader. I really am terrible at this.
Fight me yourself, coward! Yep, that would be their interaction if it happened now. considering they're together. If this interaction happened now, first of all, it wouldn't be that serious, and second of all, that line would absolutely get used. Male voice can be indistinctly heard among the screaming.
Are you suggesting she didn't start this?
I obviously didn't start it, you bitch.
Another silence, and the low, soft male voice can be heard.
What? No, she obviously started it. God damn, MC, whose side are you on?
Yes, whose side are you on?
No, you know what? Not this time. You girls are on your own. Work it out. Ugh.
They're getting to you too, huh?
More like I realize there's nothing else to be done. They just need to have it out and get this out of their system.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You alright?
Yes, MC, I'm fine.
Alright then. MC turns back towards the door of the club room. Is this the thing where you're just saying you're fine? You look troubled. Ow. Also, damn, he caught it. Ow. He caught the thing. He turned around, but then he was like, hang on a second. This is how girls work, right? They say I'm fine. 90% of the time they say that when they're not actually fine. He figured... Rob, we get it. You have points to throw at me. I get it. But yeah, the fact that MC actually got it before he actually left. Isn't that incredible? And yet he's still dense. Just sometimes he has a moment of, hang on a second.
MC, I promise you, I'm completely fine.
Yeah, I know you're fine, you keep saying it. If a meteor came down and blew up the club room, you'd probably still be fine somehow. But even if you were fine, things would still be messed up. And you'd probably be internally worried still. Talk to me about it. I know you're fine, but maybe it'll still help. Somehow.
Well, I'm frustrated with my leadership skills, basically. I remember when I started this club, I assumed people would join just because, hey, Monica's starting a club. But it didn't work out that way. Fortunately, we did get members eventually, and I'm happy with the club as it is truly. But I keep thinking to myself, hey, at least one of the advantages of a small club is that it's easy to manage. For a good leader, 5 people should be really easy to keep together. And I'm a good leader, supposedly. But it feels like every week we have personality conflicts and arguments, and things get derailed. And we barely spend any time on literature at all. And then I think, wow, I must really be a terrible leader if I can't even hold 5 people together. You know what I mean?
You know that the club would never hold together without you keeping us together, right? What does it mean? Speak, woman! MC is a master when it comes to analyzing Sayori. But he's only a master at analyzing Sayori at this point. When it comes to analyzing other girls, he's probably still kind of dense.
No, I don't know that actually. And even if I thought that was so, I feel like I should still be able to not just keep people together, but avoid all the fights.
Have you met Natsuki and Yuri? I'm surprised they haven't killed each other yet.
But they're nice, reasonable people at heart. A better leader would make sure they get along. A better leader would...
No, that is absolutely not what I said.
Those were your exact words.
Monica, come with me for a second. Dense enough to sink before the ship. He's dense enough to have his own gravitational pull.
But clubs in progress,
They're very clearly busy. And besides, if they come out of it and they find they've driven us off, it'd probably do them good. Now come on. It's too loud to talk here. Is this another new background? I think this is another new background, isn't it?
Did we really have to come all the way over here?
Yeah, I think so. Looking clean.
I still don't see why the science room is better than anywhere else.
Ah, the roof of the science building, is it? Okay, we get to see a different roof! And it looks absolutely amazing. It's got a good view.
Through the skylight?
No, not that way. This way. Down there, the tennis courts.
Yeah, what about them?
Just watch for a sec. Monica observes the tennis courts. There are a large number of players on the courts during the after-school period.
Oh, it's the tennis club.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
They are, over 25 members. And they compete in big competitions all the time.
Yeah, but see, the reason I brought you here is that their president is awful compared to you.
Airiko? She's a fantastic leader, one of the best running a club in the school.
Well, I hear that she never gets the funding she asks for with the student council.
No one gets everything they ask for from the student council, but the tennis club makes do. They do fundraisers when they need to, and they make it to all their competitions with funds to spare. I don't know what more you'd want from a leader than making sure that happens.
Well, even so, they're the tennis club, right?
Right?
Well, they don't even get the run of the run of the tennis courts. They have exclusive use of like half the tennis courts, and then only for a few hours every day. Wouldn't a better leader at least get them all the tennis courts?
They don't need all the tennis courts. Half the tennis courts is still 6 tennis courts. That's enough for half the entire club to be playing at once. And more than that if they're playing doubles. I think Airiko did well to work out that arrangement. And besides, even if it weren't a good arrangement, it's not like...
Ah, hang on, look over there. MC points to one of the courts. 2 of the tennis club members playing doubles on the same team have erupted into a screaming argument. Airiko comes over to intervene, but the players take no heed of her and keep arguing. Then Airiko just leaves. Unbelievable. Hey, we did have mentions of the snack basket a while ago, I think. But yeah, we need more mentions of it. We need to know if it's still doing well. Can't believe she'd let someone ruin the tennis club like that.
Oh, that's not going to ruin anything. Look, most of the players are still just playing and having fun. I'm sure that most of the time the club works well together.
Yeah, but even if they do, look at that fight. They're throwing around rackets, maybe damaging club equipment. Can you honestly say that whoever's in charge around here is leading?
Sometimes there's nothing else for it. If she keeps them together even after something like this, then they move forward, that's good leadership.
And this is where MC comes around with, well, you're keeping the club together despite the arguments. Why wouldn't that be good leadership, right?
It's just a fight. It's not like every fight means the person in charge is bad. Ah.
Never mind, didn't have to say anything, she got it.
Well, aren't you clever?
Monica, you're an amazing leader. Probably the best one I've ever met. Natsuki and Yuri just have a severe personality conflict, but every time they fight, you help bring them back together. Monica too smart. She has a brain. Surprise, surprise, that the club leader would have a brain. They're both still in the club and they both still enjoy it. And so does everyone else in the club. So if you're not leading effectively, I don't know who is.
Thanks, MC. You can be really sweet sometimes. Sayori's a lucky girl.
Sayori isn't my girlfriend. Not yet.
Yes, of course not. I guess she won't mind if I do this then.
Monica kisses MC on the cheek. No! Dub! She's covering MC almost entirely. You can see his shoulder slightly, and yeah, his neck is shifted over and like the top of his hair. But damn, she's doing a good job of covering him up. Should have been me!
MC, relax.
Did you kiss me because you like me? Because if you like me, you should know that
Again, MC, relax. Now, it is true that you and I have spent a long time together, looking into each other's eyes. And you are very cute. That was just a friendly gesture for a friend who did something nice for me.
Haha, Natsuki was right. Friends do kiss each other all the time. See? Totally would have been fair for Yuri to start experimenting with the other people in the club. I mean, Monica did it. It's a platonic thing friends do now. I heard from Yuri, exactly. And she heard from Natsuki. Spread it all up across the school. Everyone will be kissing in no time.
No romantic intent, I promise. I know that Sayori's the one you like.
But you're not supposed to...
Relax, I know you're not ready to tell her yet. Your secret's safe with me.
Well, then... Thanks, Monica. You're a really good friend. MC pecks Monica on the cheek. Oh, it should have been me, not her. And you're a really good leader. I'm glad every day of the Literature Club that you're around to help us.
Well, I do my best. Speaking of which, probably about time to see if the two Hylians have calmed down. Have cooled down.
Yeah, probably. Now think about what you said.
And you guys really need to think about how your behavior affects the other people around you. MC and I had to get up and leave this club because of you guys. You don't always get along and that's fine.
From Best Girl MC. Everyone likes Best Girl MC. Honorary Best Girl.
I don't expect club members to agree on everything or be best friends, but if there are disagreements, they need to be dealt with in a way that doesn't ruin everyone else's day. Do you guys get me?
Yes, I understand, Monica. I'm very sorry.
Sorry, Natsuki, I couldn't hear you.
I said I understand and I'm sorry, jeez. I'll try not to let it happen again.
Natsuki, perhaps you would like some tea as a gesture of goodwill.
I don't need any of your friggin' tea, Yuri. But I'll have some anyway, as a gesture of goodwill.
Alright, then come on.
Thank you again, MC.
Thank you, Monica, for everything. First MC side story done, let's go! Next up is safety. Does that mean they're actually wearing gloves when holding hands this time? Maybe we are the best girl all along. Takes a real man to be best girl, as we all know. Exactly. True, and Vettel being the #1 female streamer. That proves it. Takes a real man to be best girl. Yuri is, as usual, reading on her own during the literature club. She's hunched over, her teeth clenched, and her muscles tightened. As she reads, she starts to lean backward. She starts to lean back and relax, and at times a smile appears on her face. She faintly hears sounds of laughter around her, but barely registers them as she continues reading.
Right, Yuri. Yuri?
Yuri doesn't seem to hear.
She's doing the thing again?
I'll go talk to her.
MC usually it's best to just let her be.
I will if she wants. As MC starts to walk over, Yuri still seems to notice nothing. Hey, Yuri. Damn, you shocked her. How's it going? Ah, not a good time for talking, got it. MC walks towards the closet. Yuri seems to relax again slightly. But then MC returns! But he came back! He sits at a desk near, but not adjacent to, Yuri's. He takes out a book he took from the closet and opens it. If you want me to leave, you let me know. MC starts to read his book in silence. Somehow press a key to find only one click. I don't know how, but it's helpful. Damn. Helpful sometimes, but probably could be annoying if it happens accidentally some other times. Yuri does nothing for a moment. Then she slowly goes back to her book. As she reads, she occasionally glances at MC hesitantly. But seeing him simply reading, she starts to focus on reading.
So that's all for today. I'll see you guys next time.
As Monica wraps up the club, MC and Yuri are still reading.
MC, it's time to go! You coming?
Yeah, just a sec, Sayori. MC closes the book and stands up from his desk. Thanks for reading with me today, Yuri. Yuri starts to speak, but then stops again. For a moment, she stops and simply smiles at MC. Then she looks away awkwardly, doing nothing, waiting for him to leave. I'll see you soon. How? I'm not sure. Well, good for you. Yuri walks into the school's track and field area, warily. She looks around. Then she seems to see what she's looking for and starts walking. The various students on the track turn and look at her after she has passed each of them by. Oh, hey, Yuri.
Oh, hello, MC.
I, just finished PE.
Yes, I know. We need to talk. Privately, if that is possible.
God damn it, is this another kissing moment? Is MC gonna get kisses from every single member of the club? Is that where these side stories are gonna go? Oh, sure, Yuri. The player, the Rizzler. The roof and the library are both pretty close. You wanna go to one of those?
Yes, the library would be fine. Just do keep your voice down a bit.
Yeah, of course. What is it, Yuri? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing's wrong. I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you?
Yes, for reading with me the other day.
Oh, that. Well, you don't need to thank me for that. It's technically New Year's. It's not New Year's Eve yet, but technically it's the day now. It doesn't count until, you know, in 24 hours. It's time. Well, you don't need to thank me for that. Reading a book next to someone hardly counts as really doing anything.
It's not the act of reading alone that I thank you for. It is that you had the insight to understand that that is what would help me, which is something I myself did not even realize until after you have done it.
I don't really understand.
Allow me to explain. That day was a very difficult day for me.
Read books and got laid. He could easily get laid with all of the girls, except for Monica, obviously. But, I mean, we saw that. We saw that in the original DDLC. He could have gone for any girl he wanted. And they would be swooning all over him. He is the Rizzler.
I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to interact with people today. I don't want people to look at me today. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be mocked behind my back. I want to hide and be safe.
Yuri, it's time to get up.
Mother, may I stay home today?
Yuri, you really do need to go to school. You know it's not easy. I know it's not easy, but there are some things you can't learn reading on your own, you know. Now come on and face the day.
Yuri's about to leave.
I do not ask for much, but today is difficult. Could I?
Don't sidestep your mother. I know it's hard. This is one of those hard things you must do anyway, as we have discussed previously.
Yes, Dad.
Yuri walks into the school amidst a throng of other students. It is very hot and crowded. Someone walking the other way bumps Yuri's shoulder hard.
Sorry.
Yuri turns around to apologize, but the person's already gone. Hey, you're getting in the way!
Yes, sorry.
Yuri turns back and walks on. Did she also do the polite bow while apologizing, like the classic thing in Japanese culture? One might assume. Which would be even more so her getting in the way. How's it going? Good! Deadly, you're still here or here again. I hope you're doing well. We're currently playing a mod made by Sayori within this mod. So yes, the Sayori in Doki Doki Club meetings made a mod on DDLC. It's fun. Very fun. Mod in a mod. So yes, let's talk about the themes present in this work. Do I have any volunteers? Other than Yuri. Yuri tries to read while she eats. She overhears some chatter from nearby tables.
So weird. But why? All alone.
Mod in a mod in a mod? I mean, that would be a Monica thing. We know she likes recursion after all. Alright, Scissor, C+, doing better. So ways to go, but you're putting in the effort. Takao, B, excellent work, you're really applying yourself. Yuri, A+. Kohaki, A-, fantastic job. Wow, Yuri not getting a single compliment. Naoko. Yuri looks around for other people. She doesn't see any. Oh god, is she cutting again? She screams horribly, as loud as she can, into the plants and cinder block wall. No, never mind, she's not cutting, she's just screaming. I did not bring that across properly, but I can't really scream too well doing this voice. Never mind, I think she is cutting as well. I hate everyone. I just want to be left alone. Okay then. Moan quietly while Yuri screamed. No.
And it's just, I can't even tell what you're going for visually in this one. Like, I get that you don't want your poems to be really obvious, but I can't even generate a picture in my head with this one, you know? Yuri?
Yes.
I guess that's all.
I see. Thank you for the feedback, Natsuki.
Sure.
I don't want to be here. Move forward, clock. I want to go home. I want to be left alone. I want...
Hey, Yuri. How's it going? Ah, not a good time for talking. Got it.
And lost someone who isn't stupid.
Damn, MC being the one who isn't stupid? Incredible. Such character growth considering him before.
But now I can finally... He's back. Oh, he's going to read.
If you want me to leave, you let me know. Yuri cautiously starts reading again. She starts glancing at MC over the page.
Do I want him to leave? Why is he here? Does he have ulterior motives? It does seem like he's just reading in total silence, which is nice. I don't think I do want him to leave. Having him here is reassuring.
You know, I think a lot of people can relate, be it reading or playing games. Sometimes it's nice to just do something in the presence of someone. I'm sure this was mentioned at some point in this mod as well. Club meetings has been going for a long time. But do you ever have that moment where you're hanging out with your friends and you're not really interacting too much? You're just kind of doing your own thing in each other's presence. And it feels nice. Sometimes you don't need any more than that. Sometimes that is just a pleasant experience. I can't be the only one. I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. But yeah. I know that Yuri on Ice is an anime. You're not shocking me there. Also, hello, Viking.
I'm overthinking it. I should just focus on my own reading. That day was a very difficult day for me, quite difficult indeed, but having you sit with me in silence was comforting. It made me feel normal.
Normal?
Well, let us say I felt understood, and because understood, safe. Like other people were perhaps not always an aggressive torment from which I must escape. Like I could be in the literature club, and even on a difficult day be understood, accepted, and supported.
Well, I mean, it was just reading, like I said.
Don't give me the dense act, you know precisely what you are doing. So again, thank you.
You're very welcome, Yuri. I speak for the rest of the literature club when I say that we really like having you around as our friend.
And you, and everyone else. You all have become very comfortable to me.
Well, I guess you can't get rid of us now.
No.
Next up, release! Like the FNF song. Does someone die and turn into a smoke ghost? Yelling voices are audible through the door to the living room. No, absolutely. How do I do Natsuki's dad? Has to be an asshole. I know he's not personalized as a pure asshole in this mod, but it's kind of the thing most stories go for. No. Or should I do like a bit? Nah, that sounds stupid. Has to be like more of a deep voice. But also, I don't know, I can't really do the deep voice too much if I do aggression. Natsuki's dad is Wallace. No, absolutely not. What is wrong with you? What did you think I would say?
God damn you! Even if you wanted to tell me no, you have to do it like this, don't you? You have to scream at literally the only person you have left to live with. And then, oh no, she's yelling back at me. I'm so surprised.
Young woman, I swear, you better.
No, fuck you, Dad. What did you think I would say, huh? Oh goodness, I am so sorry to have offended you with this impertinent request, Father dear. Fuck you.
Natsuki.
I am fucking out of here.
We all want to kill Natsuki now. Kill. Must kill. Killing the wall.
Maybe I'll just go stay with Mom for a while, huh?
Natsuki's dad takes a moment to take off his glasses and pinch the bridge on his nose. He takes a deep breath and tries to collect himself. Natsuki, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can. I'm 18 years old and you can't stop me from doing shit. Good fucking bye.
Natsuki storms out of the door and walks around the side of the building, breathing heavily. She takes out her phone.
Hey, Mom, do you think I could come stay with you for a while? Dad's being really Dad, and I... Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess. Alright, fine. Thanks as usual, Mom.
She hangs up. She regards the door to her apartment for a while, and then she's gonna stay at MC's place for a while, right? Damn. She gets out her phone again. Yup.
Hey, MC, how's your weekend? Uh-huh, sounds cool. Hey, weird question, but do you want to hang out today? Yes, I'm alright, you dork. Alright, cool. Right now that's cool. Oh. I'll see you then, I guess. Guess the bus station is as good a place to wait as any. So much etching graffiti. And gum. Who does this?
Like I said, I didn't exactly expect you. Sorry if my place is a mess.
It's fine. I didn't expect a grand reception or anything. I just need to spend some time away from the house. And you seemed as good as anyone else to hang out with.
Glad I rank so highly. I mean, it makes sense as a fellow gamer. It makes sense she'd reach out to him of all people.
Yeah?
So, what do you want to do? I didn't have a lot of baking ingredients sitting around.
I think the last time we baked together is enough for a while anyway. What about video games? You got anything with good multiplayer?
Yeah, plenty! Here we go! Oh, the people are dumb. They put gum everywhere except the... It is stupid. I hate those people. Why do that? Yeah, plenty. It sucks because I don't usually have anyone to play them with unless my sister's home. And she doesn't really like video games that much, so...
Well, bring me to the fucking games then, gamer. So I can thrash the hell out of you. You know, I hate to say it, but you are right. It has been a lot more fun since we switched to co-op. You're way more competitive than I thought you were, MC, when we were playing against each other.
And you're, just as competitive as I would have expected you to be. Lights off, witch.
Got it.
Hey, listen, about what you said earlier, about needing to get out of the house. Is it anything you want to talk about?
I mean, it's not like I don't want to talk about it. It's just, I don't even know what I'd say.
boomer ahead. I see it. Good kill. Thanks. So like, I assume it's your dad. Yeah? What'd he do this time?
I mean, it's not even really about what he did this time. It's more about what he does all the time.
What does he do?
He's just so controlling. I've gotta act this way in his house. Natsuki, you will be at this place at this time. Natsuki, you can't read that. Go do something more productive. It's like he thinks of his house as his territory. And because I'm his daughter, he gets to order around every little small detail of my life.
Why would he want to do that? Trying to control you at all sounds like the worst job in the world. No offense.
None taken? I am uncontrollable. But fuck man, he tries to. I don't know what he gets out of it. Maybe it just makes him feel better. Like, maybe I'm the one thing in his life he can control.
He can control you though. We already established that just now. Yeah, maybe. That makes sense. Oh, hurry, get in.
Yep, on it.
But I don't know, it seems like he can't enjoy it that much when you give him a ton of grief for it. Seen a bit, Rob. What does your sister say?
She thinks he does it because it's him trying to parent. Like, this kind of behavior is going to turn me into a mentally healthy and productive adult.
Yeah, that strikes me as being super true. He definitely doesn't go about that in the best way, though.
Right? And besides, dude, if you want to control something, focus on your own life. He's got plenty of his own shit that could use his attention.
No kidding.
You're just agreeing with me on stuff?
Is this a trick question?
Well, usually people argue with me or say a bunch of stuff I should do in response to whatever I'm complaining about.
I know I'm not smart enough to solve people's problems. Besides, everything you said made sense to me. It sounds like it's really hard to live with your dad. And that sucks. I'm sorry you gotta go through it.
Thanks?
Oh, this must be the part where you get mad to compensate for being actually touched.
Shut the fuck up, dork. But seriously, thanks. Not everyone is good at just hearing a vent like that.
I didn't even know that was a vent. I thought you were just describing stuff that goes on with your dad.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just nice to have someone to just listen to it. And not tell me I'm screwing the situation up somehow. Or implying I'm screwing it up somehow by telling me what I should do about it instead of what I have been doing. If I'm making any sense.
Tons. I don't like to complain much myself for that exact reason. Everyone always thinks they know better than you about your problems.
Right? I'm one of those people who does that, aren't I?
What do you mean?
Like, if you're venting, I'm one of the people who gives you shit or tries to tell you what to do, aren't I?
Well, it depends. If you don't think it's serious, we will absolutely give the other person shit. I think that's your way of supporting us. But if you think it is serious, no, you don't do that. All I've ever heard you do in response to serious problems is just quietly give support, or just listen and say nothing at all. When you know it's important, you're a very supportive friend.
Thanks, MC. Alright, I think I've gotten it all out of my system.
Gotten what out of your system?
My dad rage, we had an argument, I got pissed, and then I ran out and asked you if I could come over here.
I see. We know they're friends because MC is dating Sayori. MC is dating Sayori, Viking. Well, technically at this point in time that this mod is taking place and he wasn't yet dating Sayori, but you know what I mean. And we know Natsuki's dating Yuri. They're both taken. They're both taken. Natsuki's with Yuri and MC is with Sayori. I see.
But it's been a while and I feel better now. I should probably head back over there or he'll worry.
He definitely cares about you at least a little.
Yeah, thanks for the talking and listening, MC. And for getting that one hunter off of me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for all the times you've been there for me too.
And don't you forget it, you owe me.
Ha. Have a good night, Natsuki.
Hey, you too.
Saw club meetings as like emails and shit. There is story here, my dude. There is story. Sayori XMC always. You know, I agree. I absolutely agree with that, Deadly. Commitment! Okay, speaking of Sayori XMC, we had Monica, Yuri, and Natsuki, meaning the only person for MC to hang out with now in commitment is Sayori. Deadly, you are gonna get all your Sayori XMC content right now as we start commitment. Ah, Saturday. How do I want to spend the day off? Alright, today is the day Sayori and I were going to spend some time together away from school. Now I'm nervous. But why am I nervous? I shouldn't be nervous. We're just really good friends. Spending time together is something friends do. Again, further cementing the fact this story takes place before they started dating. Before they started dating, but we know they are now. But they're just really good friends, yeah. Anyways, I should probably get dressed. Alright, almost ready to go. Also, let it be known, this entire thing here is written from Sayori's perspective. This is how Sayori thinks MC acted during this time. Or what he thought during this time. Alright, almost ready to go. I should call her and make sure she's up and ready. Her depression still keeps her in bed a long time some days. Oh, she sent me a message already a few minutes ago?
Sorry, I have to cancel.
Any reason in particular? There's no answer. Well, that's not gonna fly! Gotta find out what this is all about. MC waits at the door for a while after knocking. Ooh, hey MC. Hi. Is Sayori doing alright today? She and I were going to hang out today, but she cancelled for kind of abruptly and... So she's not with you! I knew you two were going to hang out today. I thought she had gone to see you. She left about an hour ago. I haven't seen her. She texted about 15 minutes ago that she was cancelling. Should we call the police? No, probably not. Why not? If she's missing, shouldn't we... She's almost certainly fine, MC. Well, as fine as she's likely to be. I know she told you she has depression recently. Yeah. Sometimes she's just... going to be alone. And there's nothing you can do to be with her or help her. Or nothing I can do anyway. Doesn't that hurt for you? More than you can imagine. She just shuts down. She just goes somewhere she knows she can be alone and does nothing for a while. Sometimes for a few minutes, sometimes for hours. It's awful. But sometimes when I try to help her, it makes it worse. That's been the hardest part of this for me to learn. But when she comes back, she always feels a bit better, I think. Anyway, yeah, I haven't seen her in an hour. In about an hour or so. I know you're probably worried about her. I'll call you when she gets back, okay? Okay. I can't leave her alone. Even if it would help her. I just am not capable of it. If I know her, she hasn't gone far. Another new background. I think. Ah, there you are. Sayori is sitting, almost hidden, huddled underneath the elephant slide, holding her knees to her chest and with her head down.
Go away, MC.
Virtual insanity? What insanity? What virtual insanity? What are you talking about?
I said I had to cancel.
I know.
Then why are you here?
I found your dad and talked to him. He said I should probably leave you alone.
Yes.
But I thought about it, and I can't.
What do you mean you can't? You could turn around and walk away right now.
See, that's the thing. I really don't think I actually could do that. Even if I really wanted to. And if I actually did it, I'd probably be back here inside of 5 minutes.
Are you saying you can't leave me alone?
Yeah.
Fine. And what if I leave you alone?
Oh, I don't know. I probably follow you around, I imagine. Okay, MC. Now that is the kind of behavior you normally don't want to see. that is some not good behavior.
I wish you could just leave me alone.
Do you really mean that?
Yes, but not because I hate being around you. I just think it's bad for you being around me.
We've had this talk before.
Yes, we have. And my mind has changed on it.
Well, maybe not, but like I said, I don't think I can stop being around you. You're my friend, and...
Ah!
Sayori, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just fell.
How on earth did you... Wait, you're hurt. What happened to your leg?
Oh, I sprained my ankle this morning.
Then why on earth did you try to stand up again just now?
Oh, it seemed like you wanted me to come out from under there. So I did.
Sayori, you really need to take better care of yourself. You can't just risk hurting yourself because... Wait, is you spraining your ankle the reason you wanted to cancel?
Yes.
So you've been sitting under here for an hour because you hurt your ankle.
Yes. I was so happy about our plans for today, and then I started skipping, and I hurt my ankle. And I felt so stupid. I am so stupid.
Sayori, you're not...
No, it was stupid. I want to hear that it wasn't because it was. It was stupid and I ruined it. And I didn't want to deal with having to talk to anyone about it, so I came in here.
And then you came out. On a bad ankle. Because you thought I wanted you to.
I don't know. I don't know what to do in a situation like this.
Okay, I will have to double check that song then.
I just don't want to be trouble for other people. So, I go away from them.
Well, for the third time, you're not going to get away from me. Come on, you need to have a doctor look at that.
Don't wanna.
Well, even if you don't, you at least need to put ice on it so it doesn't damage your ankle further. Come on. Can you get up on the other leg if I help you? MC grabs Sayori by her wrist and pulls her to her feet, with her weight on her good leg. Oh, sorry. Sudden hand-holding, even though I just held your wrist.
Oh, that's okay.
Blushing and looking away. Yeah, they were totally just friends at this point in time, right? Totally just friends.
I don't think I can walk all the way home, though. I could barely stand before.
Princess, carry her! That's okay. You don't have to walk.
Ah,
MC scoops up Sayori in his arms and starts to walk back towards her house. Let's go! Totally just friends, by the way. They totally weren't dating yet.
you shouldn't do that. I'm too heavy. You'll drop me.
I mean, I'm kinda weak, but I'm not that weak. Your house is just around the corner.
But
Sayori looks up at the sky and closes her eyes.
okay.
Let's go! Thanks for finding her, MC. Oh yeah, no problem. I'll leave you guys alone. Sayori, I'll be downstairs if you want to talk about anything later.
Thanks, Dad.
Of course. Sayori's dad closes the door and goes downstairs. Sayori, laying in bed with her ankle elevated by a few books, turns her head to look mournfully at MC.
Isn't this a terrible way to spend your day? Wouldn't you rather be doing anything else? There's nothing worthwhile for you here. I'm like a good feelings vacuum. I don't have any. And if you bring any to me, they'll go away.
Well, that's not true. I get good feelings by being around you. And besides, Sayori, I meant what I said about not being able to leave you alone. Especially when you're hurting. I don't think you fully grasp what I mean by that. I don't think I really understood what it meant myself until just now.
What do you mean?
I mean that I don't think I'll ever be able to leave you alone for good. I mean that you're stuck with me hanging around you, especially when you're hurting. He used the H word around Sayori. The dude did it. Forever.
But that's way too much to ask of a friend.
That's why you're dating in the future. You didn't ask, I'm just telling you that's how I see it. But it's good to know that you don't mind me being around you forever and ever.
But that hardly seems fair. It's not like we're dating or anything.
Not yet.
I don't feel like I have any right to expect that.
It doesn't really matter what you expect. And it doesn't really matter that we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Because those are FNF characters. It's not like a choice I'm making. It's more a fact I'm telling you about. I can't leave you alone. I'm not capable of it. Whatever we call ourselves, I will always be there for you. MC puts his hand on Sayori's arm. Always. Okay?
It doesn't sound like I have a lot of a choice.
You sure don't. You're completely stuck with me.
Oh no!
Now, what do you want to do while you recuperate? Play some games? I could read a book to you like I used to. Do you want something to eat?
Yes!
To which one?
Yes!
I see. I'll go see what's down in the kitchen then. MC starts to walk out the door. Oh, and Sayori?
Yeah?
It makes me really glad that you're okay with me being around you all the time.
I'm glad you want to be around me all the time.
And that was Sayori's mod. I love the side stories. Absolutely amazing. Quit the mod.
Well, that was adorable. I remember that day from my story.
I don't? Did Yuri and I really fight like that so much?
Oh yeah. You guys were practically unmanageable sometimes. But all's well that ends well, right? But you guys have stopped fighting even now. It's clearly part of your dynamic, I suppose. But yes, that day I was feeling a bit incapable about it. I guess somewhere I knew that really I was doing the best I could, and that I wasn't doing much worse than anyone else could, but it took MC and his very thoughtful approach to the situation to help me see that. Thank you again, MC.
You're very welcome. You're the one who fixed the problem, not me.
Yes, but I'm not sure I would have been able to fix the problem without you. Or at least not so quickly.
It's interesting to me that MC didn't just tell you, hey, you're competent, snap out of it. He kinda knows how to just not do anything and bring you to the realization yourself.
Is that how you feel about the thing he did for you?
Well, not exactly.
No way, instant VOD mute? Yes, indeed. Then don't. Then don't add it to the playlist spinner, but I might as well listen to it anyway later.
Well, not exactly. It's not like I needed to have some grand realization. I was just sick of dealing with my dad's bullshit. Although after watching the reproduction of it in Sayori's mod, maybe he was trying to nudge me towards thinking of my dad's actions as coming from a place of loving and caring. As incompetent as he is at that sometimes. But no, for mine, I just needed to pour out all of that negativity and not be judged for it. And like I said, most people can't do that. They judge you. Boys in particular suck at it and judge you. But MC's really good at it. You're alright, kid.
Thanks, Natsuki. High praise.
Hey, I'm the one thanking you here, jackass. Accept it with some gratitude.
Accept it.
That's better. So Yuri, how much of yours was real life?
All of it, essentially. I do not remember how much of the words are correct, but Sayori very faithfully replicated what I told her.
So Sayori asked you guys for your stories for this.
Yep. Or she did for mine. Anyway, don't want to speak for Monica.
Yes, Sayori requested a story about the time MC has been a very good friend to me, and I described what she then wrote.
Yuri, I didn't realize your thoughts were so dark. Does that happen a lot?
Formerly, yes, I really did want to be alone much of the time, and nowadays not so much, and particularly that is due to the feelings of safety and amity that MC went out of his way to extend to me. Others in the club help with that one too, one particularly so. I suppose we do not have to ask how accurate Sayori's is.
It's super accurate, down to the exact things that were said, because I remember that whole day perfectly in my mind.
Damn. Okay.
Did he really princess carry you back to your house?
Yes, apparently. And that is incredible. And again, to think he was doing that when they weren't dating.
He really did.
Boy's stronger than he looks.
Oh, shall we get going with poems now that that's done? This time, what's poems about sounds?
Heck yeah, let me add it.
He is. He's a tough boy. We love him for it.
You're eager today.
Well, my poem might not be very good compared to usual, but I still like it.
Let's see it then.
Just right. I like walking in the woods. I like the way the bits of leaves crunch under your feet. Not in fall, when there are too many. Then there is nothing but the crunch. That's obnoxious. Overindulgent. Childish. Like too much icing and not enough cake. But just that little bit of crunch in spring and summer. Just that small crinkly feeling under your toes. During a night that's maybe a little cold, but not too much. That's perfect. Hey, that's great! I'm a big fan of this one.
Really? Like I said, I don't even really think it's my best work exactly.
I have no idea if it's your best work or not, but something about it just appeals to me. It's kind of... I don't really know how to say it. A vibe poem? I hear corruption, you must have misheard, I think. It just takes this particular setting and really digs in deep to what you like about it. You really paint a cool picture in it. And you get across this really detailed view of it. So I know really well what your preferences are about leaf crunching.
I agree that the picture being painted here is excellent, although it is tactile, not visual. Although really, that is all the more impressive. It is difficult to get across a tactile feeling compared to a visual impression, or at least I have always found it so.
My favorite part is when she says too many leaves is obnoxious, because it's like too much icing on a cake. Even if I think there's no such thing as too much icing on a cake.
Of course you wouldn't.
I like that part of the poem too, but the part I like is the recognition that the good thing in excess without any limit is actually less desirable than small amounts of it. The analogy to too much icing is very apt, but it's the point being made I like the most. It's a subtle point, not at all something I expected from Natsuki, to be frank.
Yes, fuck you as well. Hey, you said you didn't mind swearing in here?
I didn't say anything.
Whatever, someone else go.
Sure.
Okay. Cocoon. Splash. Upon the pane, stands out against the soothing rain. A rush of sound, water in sheets, cascades down the roiling streets. A soothing curtain draws me in. I'm safe inside my sonic skin.
Sayori, that was amazing. I've never heard such a poem from you. It's so different from what is usual for you. Such bold words, such a vivid oral scene.
Looks like you've got at least one fan of that poem, Sayo.
Most certainly. It makes such an impression, and it's so striking coming from her.
Even though it's very different for her, you can still hear their distinctive style. That kind of lilting, bouncing meter she likes to use is right there. And the way she combines it with her rhyme scheme makes it an unmistakable Sayori poem, even if it's very different subject matter with very different word choices. I'm glad you like it, even though it's different, Monica. You know I like basically all your poetry, right? Yeah, for some reason.
There's no for some reason about it, Bun. Everyone here thinks your poems are great. And writing them comes so easily to you. At some point, you'll have to stop with your denial and acknowledge you're an objectively good poet.
Never! I will be self-depreciating forever! Not forever, I hope. I'll move us along and go next.
The sequence. It starts in measure 14. 2 beats in, after slow plowing quarter notes into the long half note, like a quiet night alone at home. A lead-in of A, just below middle C. Like a photograph that catches your eye in your musty study. The rapid trill of B flat and C as the world around you evaporates. You stare at the photograph, and your mind becomes noisy, and you become lost in your memories of a time when you were happier. Then the rapid, elegant sequence of 8 notes, A, B flat, C, E, D flat, as you sip your bitter coffee in a vain attempt to distract yourself, resolving onto A flat as you take a deep breath, and then the double B flat into the B flat, E, A flat chord, as you try to tell yourself that you're fine now. And the end comes with the G resolving to the doubled F as you move on with your night, but now with a sadness you can't shake. Alright, what song is it? Now I don't know how to read sheet music. Is it just your reality for the sake of being your reality? We'll see, I'm sure she's about to tell us what the song is.
Oh, lovely. This is about a piece of music then.
So, it's probably not your reality, it's just the main DDLC themed song that comes to mind for obvious reasons. I don't think it is.
It sure is.
Which one?
Ah, there we go.
It's Chopin's Nocturne in F minor.
I'll have to listen to it.
Yes, do. It's a wonderful song. Is this the kind of song? Is this the kind of sad one that you play sometimes? You'd have to narrow it down a little. I play a lot of sad songs sometimes.
I play sad songs sometimes. You hear?
Oh! Well, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's really pretty. I really like the way you've turned musical phrases into these things that are happening. Like, there's the story that plays in your mind when you play the song.
Yes, I obviously love that as well. The poem's device really speaks for itself.
I guess it's kind of hard for me to appreciate. I haven't heard the song after all.
Even so, it's really well crafted, don't you think? Like, you don't have to have heard the song to appreciate the quality.
Like the actual writing, yeah, it's great, of course it's great. All Monica's poems are well crafted, but it's like, how can I put this? For me, it's all about how the poem hits me. Like, if you build a thing out of wood and nails and it's not recognizable furniture, but instead a random object with wood sticking out everywhere, then yeah, I can still appreciate that you might have joined the wood together really skillfully, really good at hammering in nails or whatever, but without it being a table that I can set things on, my overall impression is going to be confusion.
Ah, that's the sequence. Alright, I'll have to check that out later then too. Thanks for dropping the link, I'll have to try to remember. Sucker Puncher. Why? Why poem to camouflage? To Sucker Punch, I'm sorry. Your next message confused me.
And this poem, I can't really see the table that Monica has made without hearing the song, I guess. Even if I can appreciate how she's hammered in the nails, does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. For me, yeah, I also don't get it without hearing the song. But the poem just makes me want to go listen to the song so that I can appreciate the poem.
You should, it's a really beautiful song.
No doubt. Alright, I'll do mine now. Shh, flump. I turn a page in a book. First, you pull one end towards the middle. Paper gliding across paper. The page arcing up into a big wall. Then your finger slides up that wall. Like the first, but softer, muted. The soft sound of skin. Last, you push the page across to the left, and it lands on the opposite face, with that final satisfying flump. True poetry, I cried. I cry every Tim. Cry every Tim indeed.
You probably really likes this one too.
I do. I am noted for my love of the subject matter.
Yeah. What made you decide to write about this, MC?
Well, I was reading a book, of course. And all since our last meeting, I had been thinking about good sounds for my poem. So when I turned the page, I was like, huh, that's actually kind of a complicated sound. Normally, when we think of turning the page, we think of turning the page as a single sound. But really, it has these components to it. It's pretty complex.
Yeah, I had never really thought about it before. Never bothered to break down the sounds of turning a page. But I totally understood exactly what parts of it you were talking about in the poem. One of those weird things you've heard a million times and never thought deeply about, I guess.
There's so much like that in our lives. Small, unexplained experiences rich with detail that we never perceive. Usually because we take them for granted or because we're distracted with something else. When you really take care to examine every little aspect of an experience you're having, it can really add a lot to your life. Good poem, MC!
Thanks, Bun.
I think that just leaves Yuri for poems. Yuri?
With pleasure.
Alive. I awoke, and I came suddenly not just awake, but alive. All things were moving around me. The raw evidence of the life of the world, broadcasting itself, brave and bold, like a trumpet all around you. Where there is sound, there is motion, and where there is motion, there is life, and where there is life, there is exhilaration. And so I was joyous. I jumped up then, purely out of glee, suddenly aware of all the colors I could see. I could not ask the world for a better greeting, for I was alive then, and her heart was beating.
Wow! This poem's about Natsuki, right?
It is.
Alive, polar opposite of the arch nemesis. You cannot fight the alive.
Wow!
I know this feeling very well. The way the whole world is made more vivid.
Yes, precisely.
Very well done, Yuri.
Thank you, MC.
So how did you write this poem? Walk us through your process.
Oh, it's fairly simple. I was resting my head on Natsuki with my ear to her, and I could hear the rush of blood pouring through her veins. Oh, I felt like I could hear not just the blood where my ear was, but everywhere in her body. And I could hear and feel the way the blood slowed and then quickened with each heartbeat. It was rather intoxicating a feeling, to tell the truth, and I thought to myself, here is the universe distilled before me. So many countless years of matter and energy rearranging themselves to create what we call life, even if it is simulated in this case. But at last, here's the product, stark evidence before my ears of the glory of being alive and the world being in motion. One heart beating, blood flowing joyously through one body.
Also, nice to see Yuri returning the favor after the previous episode. Natsuki wrote about Yuri. And now Yuri's like, damn, I gotta do that too.
It caused me to think of the rest of the world through that lens. How all motion in the world and the universe might be analogized to the movement of blood through a body. All the movement and life of the universe distilled, as I said. This beautiful, wonderful person, the perfect representation of all that is well with our world.
Yes, the perfect representation indeed. That is Natsuki.
Anyway, that's quite all, I think. Apologies for having gone into a creepy reverie about Natsuki's plot.
Natsuki mumbled something inaudible at length.
What was that?
I said don't worry about it, it's fine.
That was clearly way shorter than what you said originally.
Man, even you're hassling me now?
No one's hassling you. We're just very happy for you. Let's move along to emails though, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Can you get the email set up, Sayori? Already did! Well, that was fast. Let's see the first one.
Alright, email time, everyone! Hi Club, it's been a while since I last emailed, but I had a really fun idea. I really like Smash Bros, so I wanted to ship each of the club members with 2 Smash characters, one male, one female. I'll give some reasoning as to why I shipped them as well. Apologies if not entirely accurate. Well, this is odd, definitely, but okay. So for Sayori. Get some rest, have a good stream. Nice speaking to you. You get some rest. You get some rest. All the rest you need. Thanks for being here. It's been nice chatting with you too. Alright, for Sayori. Fox. Fox is confident, always around to support his team. He's very loyal to those he cares about. He's protective of his friends and usually is seen as someone that is pure of heart. It may be weird since it's a fox and all, but just speaking from a fictional standpoint, these two would be very sweet together. And Daisy, need I say more? These two would be so happy and giddy together. Both are full of energy and always looking for something fun to take part in. For me, it's easy to picture. Honestly, if you would ship Sayori with anyone in Smash Bros, it would be a Mii fighter of MC. Let's face it.
Uh-huh. Smash Bros. Ships, I guess. Alright, I see no questions yet, but we're shipping Fox and Daisy with Sayori. I got it.
For Yuri, Luigi, both are shy but care deeply for their friends. Also, it would be super cute to see those two hunt some ghosts together. Luigi may not be a big horror fan, but he does enjoy quiet evenings with a book, assuming he doesn't fall asleep first. Robin, female. Robin wields different tomes. Each can perform different kinds of magic attacks. I'm sure Yuri would love to see how Robin's tomes work. Robin also comes from a world with lots of fantasy elements. Yuri loves complex fantasy worlds. I would love to see those two enjoying their time together. They would be cute. This is the club meeting I expected. It's only at the end of every episode though. This is like a fourth or a third of every episode, I think. Depending on how long the email segments are.
Luigi with Robin and Yuri. Luigi and Robin with Yuri.
Natsuki, Little Mac, both have strong spirits, will punch you, and can show you not to underestimate someone's size. They may not have a lot going for each other in terms of interests. I'm willing to bet that Little Mac hasn't even heard of manga. However, I can see those two kicking it off really well. I mean, look at the Smash Bros. Trailer. Samuel's poking some fun at his size, and Mac punches her out of the shot. Now that's standing up for yourself, and Natsuki absolutely takes after that. Palutena, Natsuki's into mature long-haired girls, need I say more? Alright, teasing aside, Palutena is mature and protective of Pit, and is also keeping him on his toes. Natsuki might like that in a partner.
Little Mac and Palutena with Natsuki.
Monica, Sephiroth. I told you I'm not dropping this, Monica. You two would be so cute together. Have you seen the old skins? Ah yes, shirtless Sephiroth. Anyways, you two are totally different in terms of personality and power, but you are also both fairly deceiving. Don't take it the wrong way, Monica has reformed and Sephiroth is still pretty evil, but this is more of a personal pick for me. You two would be really cute together. Samus, confident and strong. These two would be a power couple, truly unstoppable. Samus has had her tragedies as well. Perhaps these two could help each other out. Monica can help Samus out of her comfort zone, and Samus can help Monica's sense of loneliness. I might be reaching here, but who knows.
Sephiroth and Samus for me?
MC! Chrom. Chrom is fairly reckless sometimes, but I think MC really likes that part of Sayori. Sayori's unpredictability can be pretty funny and cute. He is very caring to others around him, paying attention to what they need. He also has the utmost faith in people, like Sayori. Chrom also sees the good parts of people. MC and Chrom would get along very well. Pyra. Pyra is quite a sweetheart. She's very kind and thoughtful to those around her. I know MC likes to be around women who pay attention to his needs. Haha, just teasing. MC has grown a lot. I just think that Pyra's thoughtfulness would attract him. Besides, she's pretty hot. Literally, she can ignite flames on the tips of her fingers.
Chrom and Pyra for MC.
And why not? Ida! Byleth male. You two are teachers, that's one thing in common, but Byleth is also quite caring for their students. And forms close bonds with them, just like you, Ida. You're pretty close to the club now, I would say. Also, it would be really cute to see you two go out for a coffee or tea date. Rosalina! You two are both motherly figures in a sense. Rosalina is the mother of all the Lumas, but Ida, in my opinion, is somewhat of the quote-unquote mom of the club. She's watching over her students with great interest, just as Rosalina watches the galaxy with great interest. This might be a stretch, but hey, you two would hit it off, I think.
And Byleth and Rosalina for Miss Ida.
Now that I've made all my ships, I have a question for you all. which of the two that I have selected for each of you would you take out on a date? You can do anything you want on this date. It's a blank check. So, would you want to spend? So, who would you want to spend the day with? Thanks for taking the time to look at my email, H. Wolf. No. And it'll take a while. I will show up in emails eventually, probably, as far as I am aware. But that will be after we're done with all the episodes and I get to the bonus emails.
Alright, so now we need to choose which of the two we're going with. So let's start with the last three. Like I said before, there's no way I'm going with Sephiroth. He's a complete sociopath who kills people. Yes, I can hear you all saying now that that's why he'd be perfect for me. But hopefully you know my response by now. He is pretty hot, don't get me wrong, but he had no interest, which I guess leaves Samus by default. I don't feel particularly interested in Samus, but he sure is a step up from Sephiroth at least. So that's my pick.
Well, this one's easy enough. Number 1, I'm straight. Number 2, Chrom is, I don't know, kinda normal. Not that interesting. He's like the prototypical Fire Emblem Lord. Who is hot? Sephiroth, apparently. I mean, yeah, shirtless Sephiroth is the skin to go for if you're playing Smash. Still. Plus, Pyra's pretty cute. And very thoughtful to others, like you say. And kind of down on herself and neglectful in her own needs. She kind of reminds me of someone I know. So yeah, easy choice there.
I don't know what the difference is between these characters.
You'd want to go with Byleth. Even aside from the being straight thing, I can see why Rosalina is a good choice from Miss Ida, but it's not quite the same vibe. Although neither is Byleth really, much more dangerous. But Byleth's main thing is that he really cares about his students more than anything. Plus he's pretty hot. So I think you'd get along well.
It does sound like I'd understand him pretty well.
I don't know, for me you've given me some really crap choices. Little Mac is such a crap tier fighter, and I don't like everyone who's like Yuri, you know? I just like Yuri. Anyway, tough choice, but I'll go with Little Mac. Good kid, even if he's a crap Smash fighter. Yuri, what about you? Your choices were Luigi or Robin.
I'm not really sure what I'd share with Luigi. I do not particularly feel a kinship with him. He seems nice enough though, but if Robin is from a fantasy world that does things involving tomes, I think that would be my preference. That sounds much more on brand for me, as you might say.
Man, I'd have a hard time choosing between Fox and Daisy. They're both so nice. I think I'll go with Fox because he's a boy and because he's a little different than me. Daisy would almost be looking like looking in a mirror. But I'm already with my favorite video game character, so I know some people who envy you then, Sayori. Alright, next email.
Also, hi. Hi, Raging Dennis. Fortnite looks a little... Why Fortnite? Why, though? Why? Just why? Why is that the first comment? Like, someone shows up, the first ever comment they make on my channel, hey, Fortnite! What's up, guy? Just met. Anyway, how is it going anyway? How is it going? And yes, this is totally Fortnite, as you can see. Don't you see all the guns? But to be fair, this is more of a Japanese-inspired school than it is American-inspired. I know it's a mix of both, but if it was more of an American school, then maybe you could expect to see guns all over the place. Anyway, yeah.
Alright, next email. Thank you, H-Wolf.
Alright. Ouch. Cutting too deep there. Just ouch. Okay, I'm sorry. Actually, am I sorry? Stereotypes are a thing that aren't always. I was just joking. And you think the guns in school thing isn't a joke? Well, mostly a joke. Sadly, I know that that is actually a thing that happens sometimes more frequently in America than other places. Sadly. But there are more guns everywhere in America than in other places. Full guns blazing. Well, you see, the thing is, where I'm from, we don't have steady access to firearms, so I couldn't come at you guns blazing. Pico School be like, yup. Alright, let's see this question. Hello, Monica. First of all, I wanted to say that I'm a big fan of the five of you, especially Sayori. Anyway, I wanted to ask you how you managed to get the girls to join the club. That kind of was shown in DDLC Plus, but okay. Also, how do you make friends with people, even if you like stupid things? For example, I am a massive superhero fan, but I don't think that would help make friends, as most people would probably make fun of that. What do you mean? Superheroes are kind of mainstream now, with the whole Marvel universe and kind of DC as well. And Invincible is also kind of slightly going into the mainstream more. So liking superheroes isn't necessarily like a weird thing.
Oh, good question.
The Avengers. Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't really easy to get the girls to join the club. Obviously, you know how I got MC to join the club, or rather how Sayori did. I didn't have to do anything to get Sayori to join other than ask her. She did it all herself. I was very lucky to have Sayori wander into my life at that time in my life. I was feeling kind of down about not having any members at the time, and she brought so much energy. She was the one who knew there was a girl who liked to spend a lot of time reading, namely Yuri. But Yuri seemed all isolated. I didn't want to bother her, so I just brought a flyer to her desk and left it there. So there, I again did not do much.
You did exactly right. If you had approached me directly, I probably would have been uncomfortable and not joined. But the way you did it made me feel that perhaps your group would be safe for me.
Well, I'm glad to hear that at least. And then again with Natsuki, I didn't really have to do anything. She just came in. The real problem I had with Natsuki was keeping her here, not because she did anything wrong, mind you, but because I was judgmental at first about her tastes and she came here to not be judged. And because she and Yuri did not get along very well.
I'm glad we have solved that problem for you.
That remains to be seen. But you guys still fight in here a lot.
It's not real fighting, mostly.
I know, I'm kidding. Mostly. The second question about how to make friends is very important and good. There are a few answers.
Hang on, the guns are more accurate than the guns used in schools. Alright.
There are a few answers. First is that you don't want to just make it all about your interests. If you just start talking to people about superheroes non-stop, people will find it off-putting. You have to be interested in other people's interest. And get interest back. But if someone asks you about your interests, be honest and upfront. Just try not to overdo it like some of the people in Literature Club do occasionally.
No need to avoid talking about me directly.
Honestly, we all do it from time to time. You might also try finding other people with similar interests. If there is a place where other superhero fans are, go find them. Having a big interest in common helps a lot, but the main things are to be interested in other people and open with them. Be friendly and kind and be happy about it. Be happy about it when they share with you. Engage with them and share back when they seem receptive. It's a thing that happens naturally once you get it started. It can just be a little hard to get it started, as we all know here. I don't know if any of that is very helpful advice, but hopefully it's of some use to you, emailer. Thank you for the question.
Exaggerated massive assholes involved. Good idea for me to make an email an acronym. I don't know why you thought that either, but up to you to do stuff like that.
Let's see the next one.
Oh, we got a big chunk of text here. Okay, everyone, get ready to read. Gundam Tanaka! Okay, what is this email? So this is where my dark rituals have brought me. A world in which the ones that have the most power are beings that comprehend the world outside of theirs. How amusing. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gundam Tanaka, the supreme overlord of ice, the future ruler of this dark world. Upon further observation, I have determined which of you is fit to be my subordinate. First off, the pitiful male in the club known only as MC. Such a foolish man has no place in my army, for he is conflicted with thoughts of his dark mistress, whom I will get to later. I have assessed his magical capabilities and have found that it caps at a lowly 3. He has not found a creature of his own to tame. Next, his dark mistress Sayori, while her authority as vice president is considerable, it only amounts to a low degree when in the presence of my army. I fear she may be overwhelmed by my awe-inspiring power, enough for her so-called rain clouds to throw themselves at my feet and distract her from aiding my efforts. The pink-haired tsundere known as Natsuki. Pink hair is inherently a distracting factor. It reminds me too much of the foolish Kazuichi Soda, who dares to get in the way of me and my dark queen. On top of that, I fear she may attempt a coup in order to take control of my army for herself, based on her dominant personality. While I have no doubt that her insolence would be quelled easily, it would make recruiting the pink-haired one a waste of time. Why recruit a member when I would just send her to burn in the fires of pandemonium? The mysterious timid one known as Yuri. I'll be honest, if I could afford to recruit a second individual from this group, she would be the one. Her connection to the dark forces would be a massive benefit to my army. And she is clearly skilled with weaponry, as shown by her collection of blades. But at the same time, her timid persona finds itself lacking in comparison to the rest of my arsenal. Confidence is key in the Tanaka Empire, but I will open the door once again when you fully open yourself up to my influence. And lastly, there's the one I have chosen, the Dark Queen of this pitiful literature club, Monica. You possess the most power and awareness out of all of these fools. Your skills in programming are second to none, which provides a great asset to the Tanaka Empire. On top of that, I sense your magic capabilities are beyond that of a normal human. Yes, I shall take great pleasure in having you join my cause. I shall send my 4 Dark Devas of Destruction your way to seal your contract with the Tanaka Empire. Monica, I expect your cooperation. Sincerely, Gundam Tanaka. My man! Funny part I once told you about. This is gold! Shitty from this email talk. Who is this person? The one and only Gundam Tanaka! Supreme Overlord of Ice! I want to meet this person. This is legit 1-for-1. Gundam Tanaka from Danganronpa 2. Goodbye Despair. Our boy, the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. He is here. He has graced the literature club with his presence. Can't wait to see the reactions. Ooh.
Oh, right, this one. I considered not including this one because, yeah. But to be honest, I wanted to see how y'all would react to it. So, without further ado, let's get to it. MC, your thoughts on the speech to you?
3? 3? Fool! Underestimate me at your peril. I command powers beyond your imagination. Entire worlds have crumbled and been rebuilt by my will. No, really, they have. That's all I've got. I can't keep up with this bit. Sayori?
I don't really have anything to say about this.
Natsuki?
I'm tired, Tanaka. Tired of your cringe chuny crap. It is cool that you recognize that it would absolutely take over your dumb organization, though. What with my dominant personality and all. So, good call there at least.
Oh, I speak only of what they know, friend.
That's it from you?
That's it.
Well, oh, right, they forgot something and sent a follow-up email.
He's stronger than Monica, of course. One more thing I should clarify. I will not be accepting applications from the more mature one known as Miss Ida. For one thing, her overwhelming curiosity into everything around her could make her a liability. My secrets and dark magic are too much for the ordinary mind to comprehend, and I fear that she may not be able to survive learning the truth. I still expect your cooperation, Monica. Gundam Tanaka.
Oh, take this as a compliment.
Probably for the best. Anyway, look forward to you trying to enter our reality so I can completely obliterate every evidence that you ever existed, Tanaka. Let's pull up the next one.
Dear Literature Club. This question is mainly for Yuri, but anyone can answer. Have you read or watched Stephen King's Silver Bullet? If so, do you think the ending of the story justifies the protagonist's actions during the story? Another question for the whole club. What is the scariest thing you've seen in your lives? Excluding the events of the game, obviously. And lastly, for MC. I know you weren't really you when Monica was yeeted out of the game, but if you had to judge what happened, do you think the player was completely in the right? Were they wrong? Were they a mixture of both? You can base your answer on any ending you wish, or all the endings. Anyway, at the time of writing this email, it is October and we are closing in on Halloween. That is reassuring. Just returns later and says it says a 200-line email explaining the entire DDLC lore in there as well. Yes, of course.
I have not seen the film, but I have read the short novel on which it is based. I do think the protagonist's actions are clearly justified. He has to stop a monster who's been killing people. I'm not sure how much more justified you could get. As for your next question, the most frightening thing that's ever happened to me other than the base game would have to be when I was 6 and my parents got in a car crash and were there to pick me up from school. They were fine, thankfully, and nothing bad happened. To me, it was like the world ended. They were always there to pick me up, and no one else was there, and no one told me what was happening, and the teachers couldn't get in touch with them. It was very frightening. What about everyone else?
This backstory must be over 3,000 words. I mean, you know Gundam. You know how Gundam is.
For me, it's gotta be when Fuyuki's heart stopped. Like, I had been putting off feeling bad about that moment for a long time, but then was finally here, and I just freaked. I finally felt really afraid and horrified, but in a direct way. Like before, when I first heard the news about it, I was more sad than anything. I didn't really feel afraid until it happened. Anyway, sorry to be a bummer. What about you, MC?
No, I am sorry. The thing is, you're coming in here and you don't know the lore, obviously, because you only just dropped in here again recently. But that is Miss Ida. She's a teacher. She's not related to any of them. No relation. The moment when I realized that Sayura's probably going to try and commit suicide again, that time in the space room, there was a moment when everything clicked and I figured out the meaning of a lot of her recent actions. And just for a second there, I panicked.
I'm sorry, MC.
It's alright, Bun. You've made everything better now.
It's hard to pick a single time for me. There are so many times where I've been laying in bed at night and I just started feeling intense fear or panic. Like, something terrible is about to happen, and I need to do anything to escape it. Every time that happens, that's the worst fear I've ever had. Thankfully, it happens a little less often now. Maybe like once a month. Before, it used to be a few times a week. That was not fun. It's going to sound strange, perhaps, but my answer is exactly the same as Natsuki's. The instant Fuyuki's heart stopped.
But you weren't there for that.
I was there still trying to fix her. I just hit myself when you came in just before it happened.
Ha!
Anyway, yes, that really made me afraid. Obviously, Fuyuki's not my sister, and I didn't have as much fear of loss as Natsuki would. Although I must say I had come to grow fond of Fuyuki during that time I spent trying to fix her. I learned what a wonderful person she was.
Right?
So part of it was fear of losing this wonderful person, and fear of pain for Natsuki, and for everyone else who would be affected by her death. But to be honest, one of my biggest fears for me is the fear of failure. I live in constant fear that I'm going to screw up and disappoint everyone because I wasn't good enough at something. And here I wasn't good enough at something and it was going to kill someone.
Hey, whoa, you weren't killing anyone.
I know, but I was failing to save her. It felt like my fault, and like someone was dying because I was failing. It really made me feel panicky. Anyway, with that cheery thought out of the way, how about you, Miss Ida?
Easy choice for me. It has to be the time I was wandering around the world, and it was completely empty. That was more than a little creepy.
I'll bet.
Yup.
MC, there's one last section which is just for you here.
I see it. You know, that situation was incredibly confusing. I can't even begin to analyze it from, like, a moral perspective. It was complicated, messy, unprecedented, and confusing. I don't think that any choice the player made or didn't make was either right or wrong. It's not really a situation you can judge. And really, to the player, it's just a game. So, how can you judge them for making a choice like that in a game? I don't know, it's a tough situation. I'm not about to judge anyone either way for it, basically.
Very fair answer, MC. Let's see what's up next.
How does it feel to have your own thoughts on a text box? Caden.
First, you only perceive this if you're the club president, such as I am now.
Shortest email ever, essentially, yup.
Second, it's not that strange. It's like seeing yourself captioned in real time as you speak. Well, really, that's exactly what it is. A bit unsettling at first, perhaps, but especially once you get used to it, really not that strange at all. At least not compared to other aspects of us living in this place. Shall we proceed with the next email?
We shall!
Almost right after the longest one, essentially. Another short one, potentially. What's everyone's favorite food? Is it restaurant or homemade? Tell me why or why not.
Quick answers, let's go. My favorite food is tuna nigiri and I love sushi generally. I can't really do it homemade, so restaurants for sure.
I'm a curry addict. Whether homemade or restaurant made, I love curry either way.
Omurice!
Omurice is the truth. Some people know how to make it at home, but usually I have to get it at a restaurant.
You do remember they know we're dating now, right?
Oh right, yeah, Yuri makes it for me sometimes. She's really good at it.
Ah, well, will you make me some sometime, Yuri?
Oh, of course, but Natsuki always has right of first refusal when I make omurice.
Damn right.
It's boring, but I really like gyudon. Beef balls with rice. It's just simple and tasty and works great. And it's a great way to trick me into eating vegetables by throwing some on top there.
I don't get to eat as often as I'd like, but I love anything with nice, crispy tonkatsu. Tonkatsu ramen is especially nice, but again, if it's got good tonkatsu, I'm all for it.
And there you have it, moving on. Thank you for the question.
Hello, Miss Ida. A lot of short ones coming up now. We're just moving through them right now. Hello, Miss Ida, I have a question. Have you ever seen American TV show Breaking Bad? Also completely unrelated, but if you ever wanted to help pay for Yuki's medical bills, I have an awesome idea. Thanks for responding.
We're doing a lot of questions today. Well, a lot of them are shorter, so we have a bit of extra time.
I get asked this question so often. Yes, I have seen Breaking Bad. No, I'm not going to create a meth lab. Nor would I, even if I myself were terminally ill. And besides, I think Fuyuki's medical bills are not a problem.
Yeah, this is not taking place in America after all. So yeah, since this game is not taking place in America, healthcare is affordable, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah man, we live in Japan. It has universal healthcare. We ain't gotta pay anything but small copays and stuff. So even for Yuki getting cancer didn't really hurt my family much.
That's good to hear.
Alright, one more and then we'll be done.
We need to cook or something. The club meetings won't reach its peak. Sadly no. And the last one isn't that long either. It's me again, sorry for not emailing in a while. I've been busy with school. For the whole club, everyone's favorite animal. I hope you're having a good day. P.S. Love you, Monica. Savannah.
Hi again, Savannah. Love you too. I'm so glad you still email us. I think we actually answered this one already. Let me check something. Yes. We answered this during the last break when we cleared out those 100 or so emails. Natsuki's favorite is dogs, Yuri's is whales, MC likes Peregrine Falcon, which is oddly specific.
It's the world's fastest animal.
Ah, I see. Miss Ida likes capybaras, I like owls, and Sayori couldn't choose because she loves every animal in the world. Even, and I quote, the gross bugged ones. It's true, I do! I know, Sayori. Besides, MC is probably your favorite. Quite an animal.
Oh, is he quite an animal? Quite an animal now. I know it's also referring to the fact that humans are animals, but still, damn, quite an animal, huh? Yeah, damn. Also, hi Tormuse, got here just in time for emails. Yes, indeed, just in time for emails. But we will totally do some stuff on the next episode too. I mean, come on. We have so much time left to get into the next episode. Maybe I'll play the next episode right up until we get 2 emails. Then again, once again, I don't know how long these episodes tend to be. We'll see, we'll see. But yeah, longest and most impressive email. By most impressive email, you mean the Gundam Tanaka email. Gundam Tanaka, the supreme overlord of ice with his 4 dark devas of destruction. I like that character. I like Gundam Tanaka. Makes me want to replay Danganronpa again. It's such a good it's just such a good franchise. The Danganronpa franchise is so fun. Especially Gundam Tanaka. Anyway, MC being quite an animal.
But we don't...
Yeah, what exactly are you implying here? Oh shit.
Now, that's enough. Even if everyone knows about Sayori and MC's intimacy.
Yeah,
There's no need to tease them about it or talk about it openly like this. It'll just embarrass them.
What do you mean? What do you mean everyone knows? I mean, I know Miss Ida knows from when she was club president. Monica, do you know about...
yes.
Yes, guys, sorry. I found out when I was fixing things after Miss Ida was president quite by accident. I thought about telling you, but decided it would be better if I pretended I didn't know, until now for some reason. But it's hard to pretend like you don't know something for a long time. Wait, Yuri, you knew about this too?
Oh, I did. Sorry, you two.
It's okay, guys. I'm just kinda embarrassed. I disagree. Of course there's a need for teasing them. Of course.
Understandable. Probably the best thing to do is just move on with the club and...
Ah, this is so embarrassing. I can't believe that this whole time the entire club knew we do that.
What? Was Natsuki the only one who didn't know? Did nobody tell her? You know what, it makes sense that nobody told her. Because she would be the first to start teasing them. So yes, Sayori, you're wrong. It's not the entire club that knew.
What?
Ah, no, you made her depressed. You made her so depressed for not telling her.
Okay, and that's enough of club for today, I think. For next time, let's have poems about, let's say, the moon. And let's see, what else before we go?
Oh, I just remembered I need to do something quickly. I have to leave a little early, sorry.
At least that pulled Natsuki out of depression.
Oh, okay, sure. Bye, Yuri.
Bye, everyone.
I wonder where she's off to in such a hurry.
I would say Natsuki, but Natsuki's right here.
Natsuki, do you have any idea where she had to go? Natsuki?
I cannot believe that everyone in the club knew Sayori and MC were doing it and no one told me. I have been joking about it with them all this time like a fool. While they were laughing at me about it behind my back, no doubt.
Still upset about that, huh? We weren't laughing about it, honestly. If anything, we were afraid you'd catch on. We really were trying to hide it as much as possible.
Well, so Yuri, you and I will discuss this later. Anyway, I don't have any idea where Yuri went. If it was that urgent, she's probably at the library. Sometimes she needs to check out books or turn them back in before the library closes.
Ah, yes. Has unexpectedly stopped, it needs to be restarted. Yes. Your Natsuki ran into a problem, it needs to restart.
She probably forgot or something. But she and I are supposed to get dinner today after I catch the bus home, so she better meet me out front after.
I'm sure she will. Okay, that's all for now. See you all soon, I hope.
And, there she is. Hi, babe.
I think it's so cute that you call her that.
Yes, eat your heart out. You all done, babe? Finish turning in your book or whatever?
I have finished, yes. Shall we be on our way then?
Yes, we shall. See you guys soon.
It's really nice to see them together finally.
It really is. I always wondered if they were actually going to admit it to themselves or not. Glad they finally did.
Yeah. So, what do you want to do after school, handsome man?
I, actually have to work in 40 minutes, remember? I just wanted to come out here and say bye, and that I love you.
I love you too.
Sorry I have to work. I'd definitely rather be with you.
I know.
Are you going to be okay? I could call you out. I could call out if you really want to be together this evening. I really don't want you to feel bad because of this.
I don't feel bad. I know you have to work, and I'm okay. I can deal with it. I'm totally fine, see?
You look fine. But I've been fooled by that before. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
It's okay. You're right after all. Pretending to be happy to keep other people okay is the thing I do. I've done it to you, but I'm alright, okay? You need to work. And I'm not feeling suicidal or anything, so you can do it with a clear conscience.
I didn't say you might feel suicidal.
I know you didn't. I just thought I would say I don't feel that way anyway. Because, you know, you worry about that sometimes.
Oh, you mean like this morning? Well, that's really thoughtful of you, Bun, to want to keep me from worrying. I really do need to go now, though. Don't want to be late if I am going. I love you very much. Natsuki is upset about people not telling her, considering she hid her relationship with Yuri for something like 6 months. I mean, yeah, true. Very true.
I love you too. Don't worry about me. Have a good, work.
I'll try. Is she okay, though? Saya walks silently, unshielded through the rain, not seeming to mind as she gets wet. She's not okay, though. Alright now?
Yes, Dad.
Good. You need to try and have some sense in situations like this. Use an umbrella or something. So, what are you up to for the rest of the day?
I'll be in my room.
Alright.
Oh, the rain stopped. Finally. Use an umbrella? No, think of something else. Anything else. And yet...
Saya throws herself down onto her bed.
Why didn't I have an umbrella? MC gave me one this morning. Lent me one. He probably bought it just for me. He knew I'd forget. But then, when I was in the rain, I didn't have it. I must have left it somewhere. It's always things like this. I'm so thoughtless. This is why I deserve it.
Oh god, she's spiraling. She's spiraling! No, this room, this hallway. It always makes me feel a little anxious to stand here.
Because of before?
Yeah.
I did that to him. I hurt him worse than he's ever been hurt. I deserved this. I thought I was helping him. I thought he'd be better off without me. But I was wrong and I hurt him because I'm so stupid. I know I'm stupid and I deserve this. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it.
Oh, I actually have to work in 40 minutes, remember? I just wanted to come out here and say bye and that I love you.
I love you too. I deserve to be left alone.
Try to make her snap back to reality. I wish we could, but we can't. We're just an observer.
For more important things. I'm lucky he doesn't just leave me entirely. I'm a constant burden to him. I know it, I admit it, but I didn't want to be left alone.
Oh dear, that's rather disturbing, I would say. It is difficult to know of such suffering and do nothing about it. I suppose I will have to give thoughts as to the best way to help her without seeming to help her. In the meantime, I should probably get back to my home. I only stepped away for a moment. Natsuki and my family are probably wondering where I am. And I need to put the last touches on my college applications. Busy night ahead. And for you too, no doubt, but we might speak of that more later. Until next time, my mysterious friend.
Yes, of course. Sam will also just spectator, but he can fight. That's all for now. Don't forget to email Monica your questions for the club at lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. The Rainy Street Exterior is by Cute, The Rainy Classroom by Copian, and The Rainy Club Room and Corridor by Alex. The rain sound effects are from freesound.org, particularly the interior effect is from JShaw, www.jshaw.co.uk from freesound.org. Thanks for playing club meetings. See you next time. Next time is now. We're moving on. I'm not stopping. Season 3 episodes. So we just did 32. The rainy day. So now it's time for 33. Miss Ida has a big date. Again. Hopefully not getting cancelled this time. Natsuki and Yuri confront an aggressive student. Oh boy, someone's calling them out for being a couple. Of course. Start the episode. Wondering how the story ends when it hasn't been written yet.
5 a.m., another day, for which I am grateful, barely. Did I do my lesson plan for today? Yes, that's right, I did it last week, I remember. I should get moving, I feel like I'm forgetting something. The laundry, that's right.
Is this a new cover of the theme? I don't think we've heard this version yet. At least not in Doki Doki Club meetings. Unless I'm mistaken.
This place really is beat up. I try to keep it as clean as I can, but there's not much I can do about the cracks in the walls. Hopefully I'll get to move out of here soon. With my future husband, maybe. Who I'm going to meet tonight on my date. It's hard to even keep up the false confidence anymore. I just hope this one isn't an utter disaster, like the last 6. Well, I guess those weren't all disasters. Some of them were pretty nice even. Why can I never get it to work out? That last one was a disaster though. Really dodged a bullet there. Time enough to focus on that after school and club. Stay student focused today, task at hand. Be in the present. I was waiting for clothes to dry. And they've been dry for 5 minutes. Foolish. Get a move on.
And I think this is also a new background. This is a new background again, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
It's so quiet here. Still not used to living in the middle of nowhere like this. There's no one around, even during the morning commuting hours. Even here, close to the center of town, I feel like I'm the only person who commutes from here. Who choose to live so far away from where they work? At least the rent is cheap. I need to hurry, just barely on time for the train.
A walk, 2 train rides, another walk and a bus ride, another walk, and 1 hour and 15 minutes later. Hi, Miss Ida. Miss Ida smiles and nods at the student. Okay. I think Ria's gonna be more of a recurring character now again. Right. Again, she showed up in the beginning of the season and then didn't show up again until the previous episode. But I think now she will be more commonplace.
Hi, Miss Ida.
Hello, Ria. Are you all set up for today, do you think?
I think so. So hopefully I'll do alright.
I know you will.
A reoccurring character, yes. Okay, I walked right into that one.
And don't worry about it, there's not really a way it can go wrong.
I hope not.
Ria, relax. Everything's going to be fine, I promise. You can do this, you've done way harder things.
Yeah, you're right. I have done way harder things. This will be no problem. Thanks for the pep talk, Miss Ida.
Of course, Ria. Have a good day, alright?
I will.
It feels nice to help, but it's so fleeting.
Are we still on the screen? Who's gonna show up next? Ah! Of course! The spy couple.
She's definitely tired.
She's always tired, beloved.
More than usual. Do you think we should persuade her to take a nap during club? She's going to need to be well rested for her date.
I don't believe she's that tired.
Tell me again about the guy.
Name Kajichiba, age 38. Profession accountant and data analyst.
What does the data analyst part even mean?
It is difficult to determine.
Also, Sam the Tomboy, welcome to the stream. How are you? Nice to have you on board. I hope you enjoy Doki Doki. I mean, otherwise you probably wouldn't be here.
Most likely he is a man who is very familiar with spreadsheets.
Ah, boring shit, got it.
To you, perhaps, yearly income.
Enough for him and Miss Ida to be really comfortable if they get married.
I don't know why you ask me that, to find that information. Isn't it a little early to analyze the financial marital capability?
It's never too early, babe. Matchmaking and shipping are precise arts. Every detail needs to be controlled for.
Fascinating. Did you analyze our compatibility to this level of detail? I dare say it would be difficult to perform any effective comparison on our financial futures.
Well, other than you're probably going to make way more money than me. And give me the money to start my independent bakery chain?
Nothing would make me happier if I'm ever able to manage that.
He calls Matsuki beloved. Of course. She has to be using the bigger words. Babe. Sort of feels like she, from her sister. Yeah, probably a little bit of copying. DDLC, the game once on Steam. Monica After Story mod. Ah, yes. Monica After Story, another one that I've played it for a little bit, but never too in depth. And this is Doki Doki Club Meetings Season 3. Doki Doki Club Meetings is basically a long-running mod that is dropping parts over time. And it's already in the 3rd season. In fact, this is the Season 3 collection, which dropped like a few months ago. And I've been playing it for a while now, and it's great. I like it. Basically, it's like kind of a continuation after Doki Doki Literature Club would have ended. And they like restore the character files and everything. And just keep living with the fact that, yeah, their club is living in a simulated reality. And it's fun. And we no longer see it from MC's perspective. We no longer see it from the main character's perspective. We are actually our own entity observing the story, and no longer viewing it from the perspective of any character in-universe. In fact, the main character is his own character now. MC is his own person in this story. The time before I had an account? Really? Is that so? Ah, thanks for the support in that case, even from before. I do appreciate it. I really do.
You do know I was kidding about that, right? I'm not actually saying you should spend a bunch of money on my pipe dreams.
Yes, I know you were joking.
Good.
I, however, was quite serious.
Anyway, back to Miss Ida. What time is their date tonight again?
8 o'clock.
And what's the status of Razor? What's the status of Razor Squadron?
I will never understand your bizarre instance on these code names.
What is their status?
Sayori, MC, and Monica all say they'd be happy to be there and help. Although, as usual, you have no particular plan for how they are to help.
Don't some things work better if you just wing them, though?
Perhaps for you, for most of us, no. I do have some ideas, though, if you're interested.
Sure, what are you thinking?
Sayori!
It's weird to be normal sad instead of depressed. I guess it's good to be able to know the difference. But it's exhausting to go between depression and actual sadness back and forth. Rely on supports, I need help. From someone other than MC.
Sayori looks around the locker room.
Not here.
Sayori walks up to the teacher's desk and mutters something under her breath.
Not here either.
Oh, is she the president this week? I guess she is club president this week. Otherwise, she would not be able to be here. Sayori walks over to one of the windows and looks out at the stars.
It's so pretty here. Gotta keep looking. Break's gonna be over before too long. She's not here either. Where could she even be other than this? Man. Wait, I know.
Also, I assume she's looking for Monica. But again, if Sayori is currently club president, then Monica obviously wouldn't have been able to enter the space room. So I'm not sure why Sayori would even bother to look there. Other than the fact that she can be kind of, silly sometimes. That's probably why.
Wait, I know.
Voice can be heard through the door in the hallway. Student Council. Right, I forgot how to voice these characters.
Monica, there are other clubs.
And what, they're lining up for the use of our classroom in the old building? So many clubs pleading to get into our classroom in particular?
No. But there are clubs who need space who could be moved into your classroom, even if it's not the one they asked for.
And clubs, I might add, have a lot more members than you do. Your group is 5 people.
Well, soon 6 probably. Yeah, 7 actually with our advisor. There we go.
7 actually with our advisor. Fine, yeah, 7. Still not an efficient use of the space. And there are some clubs with many more members who don't have that much space.
Now we have a list of alternative locations for you to... Oh yes, it's the shy dude. Back in season 1, Monica established that there's a password entered at the teacher's desk that lets anyone enter the space room, even if they're not club president. Thank you for reminding me, it has been a while, I completely forgot that. It's doing a thing. Way too many submods for the Monica after story of the internet. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Monica after story is a nice way to pass the time. I just haven't done it in a long time. Will you stop that?
I'm literally not doing anything.
She's flirting with the one dude again. She's flirting with the shy dude to get him to give in to her and give them all the stuff they want. I take it you're not interested in moving.
Look, my members are very fond of the room we're in now. We've put down roots in a few ways. It would be disruptive to move them just a month and a half before the end of the year. Almost the entire club is seniors. We're about to graduate. Just let us use the club until the end of the year, then when most of the club is gone, you can do what you like.
And what about next year when you come back?
Right.
Without conceding the issue, can we please agree that changing arrangements at this point in the year is not the best idea?
Very well. Man will be wanting to hear the club's proposal to address the equity of its space usage again early next year.
Understood. Anything else at this time?
No, thank you, Monica.
Thank you. I swear. Oh, Sayori, I didn't expect to find you here. What brings you to the student council room?
Monica's distressed, I think. I did forget she existed till recently by accident. Now I gotta try to fix the relationship with gifts and stuff. Ah, yes. Imagine forgetting someone exists. But then again, with a virtual existence, it's very fair to forget.
What brings you to the student council room? I was looking for you. Little me, what for? You're not little though, or old. You're bigger than I am anyway. Not quite what I meant, but why were you looking for me? Can we talk somewhere, alone? Yes, sir, of course, anytime.
You what? Yes.
I thought you'd take us to the space room after that, rather than here. Well, I'm not the president right now, and getting there the other way would take a lot longer. This room is just as quiet at this time of the day, don't worry. What is it you wanted to talk about? Well, you see, I'm depressed.
Okay. What's news?
But no, really, I have some sadness problems. Beyond just your depression, you mean? Yeah, how did you know? Well, usually you're talking about your depression, you say depression. I don't usually hear you use the word sadness when you talk about your feelings. Makes me think it's something distinct. Yeah, you're right. Like, I know the feeling my depression has, it's different. This is just sadness, like normal sadness. Well, usually, anyway, sadness has a cause. Yeah, it's MC. Of all the things I never thought I'd hear you say. No, not like he's making me unhappy. Just like stuff around him is. Tell me. Well, a couple of things. Sometimes he still feels bad about me dying. I can see it in his eyes when he's thinking about it. He gets so sad. And not just sad, but afraid. Like he's looking at a stove that burned him.
Rob, can I assume that that lovely headpad there was a misclick and then you immediately threw afterwards?
I suppose that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, it makes perfect sense. That's why I feel bad. Oh, yeah. What's the other thing? Well, he works a lot now, you know? Yeah, he seems pretty busy after school most days. Yeah, that's the problem. He's gone so much. School has become really hard because, like, I look forward all day to seeing him. And then recently, I don't see him after school most days. He has to work.
I refresh, BRB, alright, you refresh. I say that as if you can hear me say that. But yeah, I might as well do a quick pause here. Fairly fair to assume that the headpad from Rob are misclicks. Yeah, I know Rob is not that kind of a person. So, it only makes sense that I hit that was the big ouchie initially.
He has to work. And I feel, I don't know.
Back, basically refreshed quick enough for me to hear what you said. Okay. I did do a quick little pause as well. Probably more than enough time for the refresh. Anyway, welcome back.
And I feel, I don't know, it's not depressed though. It's just really sad and lonely. And I don't know what to do about it. But I don't like it at all, even if it's not depression. In some ways it feels worse than my depression because there's actually a reason for it. Yeah, I can understand that. It's one thing to tell yourself over and over that it's just your depression and nothing is really wrong. But that probably becomes weird once you feel bad because something is actually wrong. Yeah, exactly. I don't have any coping mechanisms for that. I'm sure you will eventually, but for now, well, I don't really know what you can do about that first thing. Him being traumatized is never going to go away, and I don't think there's anything you can do to get rid of it, certainly. All you can do is reassure him and make him feel safe in the relationship. Like, not to pry, but how do you feel about suicide these days? Well, I still have the urge sometimes.
I guess that internal voice that brings it up as a solution, but I don't really take it seriously much anymore.
Favorite mod? Ooh, that's a hard one. There are a lot of good mods I played. Although to be fair, I probably didn't play nearly as many mods as some other people. World of Dreams is definitely a very, very good choice. But I feel it feels weird forming an opinion about World of Dreams when Act 2 released recently and I haven't played it yet. I should wait to say that's a good mod until I actually play it. Naturally, Club Meetings, technically it would count as multiple mods, but it is a really big mod and the characters are really fleshed out and it's doing really, like it's doing its thing very well. So this is definitely a big contender for favorite, along with, you know, stuff. But if we're just talking about short and fun mods, then obviously short and fun mods, definitely, you know, stuff like Yuri's New Toy comes to mind. As for I'm just gonna go through most of the mods I've played. Doki Doki Storm was definitely a really, really well-made mod. I enjoyed it very much. I wouldn't call it my favorite though, partially because it is just a retelling of the original story from a different perspective. I still very, very much do appreciate it. I think it's very well made. Probably not enough to call it my favorite though. Same for like Yuri's New Toy. It's a lot of dumb fun, but obviously dumb fun doesn't make it your favorite. So Yuri says no to suicide, a similar thing. Oh shucks, you're just saying that because I am not. I really do enjoy those mods. Every single one of them. Very good mod. But yeah, there are a lot of good mods that I've played. In fact, I think the only mod I've played that I didn't really like that much was the Sans Joins the Literature Club. Even then, there was a lot of technical things that went into that I definitely do appreciate it. But even for a small joke mod, it was kind of eh. Even for a small joke mod, there were a lot of things that were kind of eh about it. That was probably my least favorite that I've played. Also, Mitra hello, Mitra. Hello. How's it going? But yeah, then there's, of course, I feel even bad mentioning it, Our Castle Walls, which was a very fun mod. Also, definitely not my favorite. Although I did really like the mod. But it feels weird complimenting the mod knowing that the creator of the mod is, you know. Yeah. Still. Number of favorites, this one, Club Meetings is up there. Donkeys and Dragons and the DDLs, PG, Magical Literature. That's another one I wanted to check out, the literature one. Yuri's Parable. Yuri Parable would be fun, but I have to play the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe thing. Good, how are you? I'm doing pretty well, I would say. Definitely doing pretty well. Plays Monica After Story. And that is a very, very fair choice, because it basically is just like something you can come back to whenever. Whereas with most other mods, after you're done with it, you're done with it. Kind of let us all down, yeah. It always sucks. It always sucks when you're enjoying something and then the main creator or anyone behind it turns out to be not exactly that good a person. But anyway, enough about that stuff. So Yuri's enough depression. There's enough depression on screen already. We don't need to bring down the mood anymore.
I don't really take it seriously much anymore. Why do you ask? Well, I guess I'm trying to see how much reassurance you can provide. It's not much use saying, oh, I feel much better now, I'd never kill myself if you don't feel that way. Yeah, that's what I'm always worried about. I don't want to give him a false sense of security. I'm really glad that you see it that way too. When I tell other people that, they get really concerned. When I tell other people that, they get really concerned and say, oh, you just need to not kill yourself, blah blah blah. Well, I've known you long enough to realize that's not exactly helpful.
Bunch of devs of things suck. Yeah, it always sucks when it's actually something that's really well made. Like something that's actually enjoyable to play. Because you want to recommend it to other people, because you're like, this is some good shit. But then you're like, recommending it to other people in some way is supporting the author. And I don't want to support the creators. But I do want this creation to get the recognition it deserves because of how well made it is. But that would mean supporting the creator in some way by getting it out there. It is one of those weird things. Just Natsuki, I don't really know many. Just Natsuki is another one that I really wanted to get into, and I haven't yet. DDLC do you have? I have like 2. The Steam one. How many versions of DDLC do I have? Alright, I have the original DDLC played on Steam and downloaded from the website to install mods. I have DDLC Plus, obviously, on Steam, which I have 100%ed, and I have DDLC Plus on Switch. I bought it on Switch because, you know, it was the whole bundle and everything, and I did want all the little goodies. But I also bought it on Steam because the Steam release I was able to get my hands on earlier, and it was easier for me to stream. So 2 reasons to get the Steam version, but Steam version did include the goodies, so I had to get both. And I 100%ed the other version too, obviously. Narrative, I love that game, but yeah, fair. Not really the best person. Exactly. And bye, I guess. See you around again. Basically, demod and remod over and over. That's what the mod manager is for. The problem is not all DDLC mods work with the mod manager. For example, Club Meeting Season 3, the mod I'm playing right now, does not work with the mod manager. On Steam? I couldn't find it at all on Steam. It's on Steam! It's much like regular DDLC, the Plus version is also on Steam. Or is it just like locked in some countries? That could be. Maybe it's blocked in some countries for some ungodly reason. Totally works with mod manager. It didn't for me. I tried. So far from itch.io, can unzip extra copies anytime. That's fair. Yeah, unzipping extra copies is like best way to do it, I guess. Where did I get the mod manager? I'm gonna keep playing. Can someone provide the mod manager link real quick? If someone would be that kind, perhaps.
Yeah! Anyway, I'm sure you've probably done all you can to reassure him. If you knew it'd make him feel better, you'd probably tell him everything you could about how you feel.
There we go. Rob is on it. My moderator is on it. The mod is grabbing the mod manager.
Yeah! That just leaves the question of, are you accurately perceiving how you feel? Or is it possible you're being too cautiously pessimistic about yourself? In which case you might not be telling him something that would make him feel better because you don't feel like that's true even though it is. I really get what you mean! Well, I mean, you might think of yourself as being worse off than you are, like maybe you occasionally think of suicide even if you mostly feel good and aren't feeling in any danger of suicide. But I can see that maybe you think that's still much too bad to reassure MC, and you might think even the slightest thing about your brain not being perfect means you shouldn't be too positive with MC. When really you might be justified in reassuring him a little more. Yeah, I guess that might happen. I have to think about that. As to him working, has he told you why he's working? I guess I'm kind of confused about that. Like, his parents provide for him pretty well, he doesn't really need the money, right? Yeah, that's what I think! Well, have you asked him about it? Yeah! He says he wants to get some work experience now that he's 18. And that maybe he could use a little extra spending cash. What if you told him about how you feel? Like, about him being unavailable after school? Oh, nothing yet!
Classic Sayori. May have stopped. Yeah, I know it's not getting updated anymore. I know. I downloaded the most recent update a while back. But yeah, just because it's not getting updated anymore, it should still be downloadable, right?
Nothing yet. Well, he's not going to know if it's a problem if you don't tell him about it. Yeah, I know. It's just that I don't want to discourage him from working hard.
Copies of DLC. 74. Well, I thought really. Wow, that is a lot. Huh. Hang on. You know, when it comes to me, I usually, whenever something is not in the mod manager, I usually delete the mod afterwards. I know, how horrible. I'll see if I can find it somehow. Probably very few people who still use it. I'll be publishing a final build, and I did download the final build. I don't know where the problem lies here. Ah, okay, you found it? Good. Saves me the trouble. I'll go back to the game then. Alright. 3 mod managers listed on the list. Only see 1 there now. I guess the others kind of fell off.
It's that I don't want to discourage him from working hard, and I especially don't want him to think that he's responsible for me feeling bad even indirectly. Look, Sayuri, take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. I've never been in a serious relationship, and so I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I think it's pretty unlikely that MC's just going to magically never make you feel bad by accident. Relationships are about communicating, and if you don't communicate, you'll never know how you're hurting the other person, and they'll never know how they're hurting you. And that can make the relationship a lot harder than it needs to be. A lot of the time it seems like someone will be super bothered by something their partner does, and the partner doesn't even know they're doing it. And if they did know, it would be really trivial for them to change the behavior. Something they weren't even thinking about maybe. But if they never get told, they'll never fix it. And if you never tell MC, he'll never realize that it's a problem. Maybe he has a really good reason to work at times when he could be with you, or maybe he doesn't. But he'll never be able to figure out whether it's worth it if you don't tell him it's costing you something. Are you following me?
No way to use it. That sucks. Very weird. You'd think that since when they stopped development, they released a final update for everyone, that final update would be available to download on the websites. But you found the right download. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It's just going to be really hard for me to tell him something like that. I get why I need to. I just don't want to make him feel disturbed or bad at all. You're very sweet, Sayuri, but sometimes we have to upset the people we love. We have to upset them so that they avoid being upset even worse later. I think this is one of those times. If you don't tell MC now, then a lot of bad things could happen to him later. You could feel worse and worse about it, or maybe he'll just assume you wanted him to work this whole time. And the problem will not get better for either of you. Yeah, you're right. It'll be hard, but I've gotta do it. When I work up the courage to. Don't worry, I'll do it soon. I'm sure you will. Let's get back to class, it's almost time. Okay.
Here we go. Oh boy. Here's the thing that was mentioned when I started the episode. So how would the students sound? They're clearly an asshole. I could do the Wallace voice. We could headcanon the student as being Wallace. We could totally headcanon the student as being Wallace. The return of Wallace in another mod. Wish me luck, best of luck to you. Alright. Trying to Wallace it up. Is it fucking gross? It's not right. You didn't just stand there. You didn't stand there holding hands like that. Other people don't want to see that. If you have to do something like that, you should do it at home. Or better to stop doing it.
Listen here, I don't have to listen to you or anyone else say crap like this. Take a hike.
Going should have known. Again, was too much to expect for Natsuki to be decent. Your whole family is clearly just a bunch of freaks.
You'll...
Punch! Let's go! Yuri punches the student square in the face and they fall backwards. Yuri punch! Not what I'm expecting. I was not expecting Yuri to go for it. Normally, Natsuki is the more aggressive one. Damn. Listen here, you little shit. Punch. Let's go. Natsuki, go and tell the teacher what happened.
But...
Oh. Natsuki walks away slowly, constantly looking over her shoulder at what's happening. Oh, what? Let you finish setup? Anyone here who's techie enough to deal with Mod Manager? I don't know why it wouldn't allow you to finish setup. Apologize, but could you refrain from doing couple activities near me due to me not having ever had a romantic partner, which provides me with the feelings of doom? Yes. You bitch, I'm bleeding! Oh, does it hurt? Oh shit. Oh shit, here she goes. Would you like for me to express how very sorry I am? Come closer then if you like. Don't be afraid. Just stay away from me, freaks. You're both freaks. The student runs away, leaving a crowd of onlookers gawking and murmuring. In just a moment. Thank you for the time stop. Zawaldo! Better. Alright. But I don't know what one. You should just be able to pick any folder you want to save it in. Yeah, probably, I think. Why do you have Zawado? Because reasons. No, I can have some time to think about this. I think the most important thing here is to ensure the other party is held responsible. Perhaps I should not have hit them, but they cannot be allowed to continue acting in this fashion. Give me a bit, will you? I need to work on something for a little bit. Later. Oh, much better. This should do the trick. This should do the trick. There, all done. I should avoid any further trouble from them anyway. Yuri, what did you just do? What did you just execute? Seriously, what did Yuri do? We know that behind Monica, Yuri is the most adept at working with this reality. We know Yuri is the most skilled right behind Monica. Delete? I don't think she deleted them, but we'll see what she did. Now shall we get back to our normal day? Yeah! Screw whoever said those mean things. What did you do? Are you sure you should be tampering with things like this? Curiosity killed the cat. What did you do? Oh, nothing too serious or difficult. I believe that I've ensured that, well, that the authorities will be more sympathetic with me than with my foe. After all, our school does have a strict anti-bullying policy, and ostensibly supposed to be supportive of students like Natsuki and myself. Although that stance is much more lovely in theory than it is in actual practice for the school. So let us say that I have just ensured that justice will prevail. Ah, what a way to do it, huh? The world shall always go in my favor. I have spread his atoms across time and space. Nothing too serious or difficult, yes.
Here, take a look.
And we is back! Good, I'm glad we understand each other.
Yes, sir.
We absolutely will not tolerate that kind of bullying.
Yeah, but sir, she hit me.
That is between me and her. This isn't your concern.
Yes, sir.
You're dismissed. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear of more behavior like this.
You won't.
Good. Later. Let's see. Are Natsuki and Yuri here?
Natsuki and Yuri have, Natsuki has been waiting here the whole time, but Yuri isn't here yet.
We asked for them a while ago. Wonder where she could be.
Ah, here they come.
Good. Bring them in. Ladies, come in. First of all, I wanted to apologize for the way in which you were treated.
Haha, justice! How to use mods with it. Now, fair warning, not all mods work with it. Sadly. A lot of mods do, but some don't. Club Meeting Season 1, for example, worked, but the other 2 seasons didn't, if I remember correctly. Which is kind of sad. Yeah, and how to import the data, that will be the big thing of how to figure that shit out.
We don't tolerate behavior of the kind you experienced. I'm hopeful that it won't happen again. That is all I wanted to say to you, Natsuki. You may go if you wish.
Do I have to?
No, you may stay if you and Yuri both wish.
Yeah, if I could.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
Very well then. Yuri, with regard to you punching the other party,
Look,
I'm sure you will both have plenty of time to talk about it later. But for now, Yuri, as to what you did. You can't say it outside of this room, but I'm proud of you for sticking up for yourself and Natsuki.
Yuri! You totally did. Yuri got off scot-free for that, huh? Well done. I see how it is.
Officially, I have to reprimand you for being violent to another student. But that reprimand won't go on your record, and it will stay between us. And like I said, just proudly between us, I'm proud of you.
Same thing for the headpad. How do we access the files? Okay, I need to think about Mod Manager. Actually, let me double check. I should have my files over here somewhere. Doki doki. Mods? No. Downloads? Installs. Haha! I found it. So there should be a folder called installs. Just take the mod folder that you have, right? And you drop your mod folder into, like, the entire folder of, like, the thing. Into installs, and I think that should work. I'm pretty sure that should work. But yeah, the mod manager should have a folder called installs where you should just be able to drop it in. I think that works. Ow. Anyway, back to it.
And like I said, just proudly between us, I'm proud. That is all for now. You guys can go about your day.
Thank you, sir.
I think we'll go until we get to club activities today, probably.
Well, that was weird as hell. What do you make of that?
I would say justice prevailed.
Yeah, I guess so. It was weird though. How hard did you hit them? I couldn't really see.
Very hard, I punched them right in the face. Do you disapprove?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I'm really happy you stood up for me and punched the shit out of someone who deserved it. At the same time, I don't know. I feel like maybe it was unnecessary. You didn't need to go quite so far, you know? I know we've had to deal with a lot of people like that recently, but you don't have to punch them. Not unless they get actually physically threatening. I don't mind them talking shit as long as they're okay and you're with... As long as you're okay and you're with me, you know? Why did you hit them anyway?
I was angry.
You were angry, so you punched them.
Yes.
Well, I guess that makes sense at least. You don't have that much experience being angry, do you?
Only some, and I'm usually just the kind of fake angry I am with you. I'm sorry for disappointing you by hitting them. I will try to do better in the future.
Whoa, you don't have to make it so heavy. Like, yeah, it probably would have been better if you didn't hit them, but if the principal was weirdly cool with it, even if the principal was weirdly cool with it. But it's not like I'm super upset. It's actually pretty flattering. Plus, they deserved it a little bit. I just don't need you to hurt people in situations like this. They were no true threat to us.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Now come on, focus up. We have important business to attend to later today. Our commitment and focus must be absolutely... Oh shit, Monica's coming, play it cool.
Play it cool? Oh, how on earth would I need to play it cool with Monica?
Hey, play it cool. Oh, hey Monica, how's it going? What is our beloved and respected president up to today?
Monica glances quizzically at Yuri.
She's doing the thing where she psychs herself into acting suspiciously even when she's done nothing suspicious.
Oh, well, that I'm familiar with at least.
That is not some kind of character trait I have.
I'm afraid it is, beloved. Oh, what brings you here, Monica?
Yuri's doing the chat GPT thing. I'm sorry if I did something wrong. I will never do it again. Does it again one message later. Perhaps. Perhaps she will, perhaps she won't. We'll see.
Oh, well, it's club time. We all heard you talking out here. We were going to be polite, but it seemed like an important conversation at first. Then it seemed less important, so I came out here.
Did you hear everything we were saying?
Most of it, yes. So you really punched another student, huh, Yuri?
Oh, I did, yes. I feel increasingly troubled that I did so.
Well, relax, I'm not going to judge you, especially after being provoked like that. Plus, it sounds like nothing really bad came of it, so all's well that ends well. Now come on, it's time for club.
Maybe I'll do a little bit of club activity after all.
Look who I found. Hi, guys! I can't believe you hit someone, Yuri. That's like the last thing I would expect.
She's probably heard enough. She's probably heard enough about that over the last couple hours, Sayori.
It's fine, MC. I don't mind talking about it more, at least not with the club. Assuming I won't get in trouble with Miss Ida. Well, I certainly don't approve. But also, it's not my place to give you any consequence for it. As I understand it, the matter's all taken care of. And besides, you had your reasons, which I understand completely. So don't worry, no trouble from me. Good, and I'm fine to talk about it. What did you wish to know, Sayori?
Oh, I guess I already heard everything, listening to you and Natsuki outside. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Well then, why don't we jump right into poems? This week's theme was poems about the moon. Who would like to start?
Screw it, we'll do poems too. We'll do poems too. Again, the more I get done today, the more likely it is that we can both finish up this episode and do the next episode in the next stream. You know? Maybe? Maybe actually next stream we might be able to finish cleanly at the end of an episode again. We'll see.
Who would like to start?
I will.
Foreboded. Something is wrong with the moon. Its white gray has turned. The faintest hint of green pervades. The man in the moon is not well. The curve of the craters is a sickly smile. A coughing, hacking, hideous laughter at the earth and all its ills. Like a dying man racked with fever, who prophesies doom for his enemies and laughs at his own death, knowing he will not be alone.
That's pretty macabre even for you, babe.
I'm just pleased to hear you use the word macabre.
I'm sure you are. Anyway, yeah, It's like the moon is sick and dying, but it's taking us It's sick and dying, but it's taking us with us, and happy about that.
Is that supposed to say taking us with it?
It's like the moon is sick and dying, but it's taking us with us, and happy about that.
Am I just overthinking things, or is that kind of wrong? Anyway.
Or maybe it just knows humans are stupid and killing the planet, and it's amused by that?
Perhaps.
Either way, my poem is a super good answer for how I feel about this version of the moon.
I waited eagerly.
I wonder if it really is the moon laughing at the various self-defeating evils of humans. That would be a bit of a Natsuki ethos leaking into Yuri's poetry.
That typo got by everyone. So I'm not just overthinking it, huh?
Indeed, although that would hardly be the first time that has happened. I draw influence from all of you, after all. Natsuki is particularly interesting, of course.
I damn well better be.
I'm interested in how you came up with this one. What gave you the idea for something is wrong with the moon?
Well, as it happened when I sat down to think and write, I was facing a window, and the full moon, or close to it, was right there. And almost as soon as I looked to it for inspiration, the thought came to me, what if the moon was pale, sickly green? What if I looked at it just now and immediately saw something wrong? And then I started planning the poem.
I see. Very interesting.
I like the feeling of this moon. I think of the moon as a friend. It's hard to think of the moon as some mocking, mean thing.
Hostile moon was a disturbing thought for me as well, but then for me, disturbing thoughts often make for some of the best poetry.
I would have noticed a timer like that when I played. Now I need to review my recording. I guess you should do that. Again, I wanted to review some stuff after all anyway, because I was like thinking, there was that one moment where I was like 99% sure that the exact same email showed up in 2 episodes back to back. And I never went back to actually check. Who knows? Seem to let me run Monica after story on it, so I gotta keep it out of there. I was lost by moving the files back to the original place. Yeah, good. Well, you just keep on experimenting, and I'm sure maybe you'll figure out how to properly do it.
Was your poem about the moon being a friend?
Yeah, but do you want to see that one next or Natsuki's, which is a good answer to yours?
I think I would like to save Natsuki's for last.
Okay.
You can tell the moon. Some friends you have, it's always nice. You laugh and joke, you keep it light. Being around them is always fun. Friends like that are like the sun, bright and shining, a party every time. But you can't tell them everything. There are some thoughts they must not think. You can't bring clouds. Do not intrude. Don't bring them down and sour the mood. Who'd want to tell the sun it cannot shine? But then some friends will hear it all. They're always there to hear your call. Friends like that are like the moon. They look in on your darkened room. Your friends in silence, even when you cry. So it's about the moon, but the moon is an analogy for different kinds of friends.
Yes! The sun is like a friend who you hide things around for the sake of staying positive. But the moon is like the friend who you tell everything to, even the bad things. I kind of feel like the sun and the moon have those actual feelings to them.
I don't think I've ever really assigned personalities to celestial bodies before.
I understand you're thinking very well, Sir Yuri.
Thanks, Yuri. I knew you would get it.
Weird, I just breezed past the typo without noticing it on my stream, it seems. Haha, I have found a typo! A new one! Hooray! Something that wasn't called out before.
Of course she does. Nice rhyme, Sayori. The last line where you say cry almost makes it sound kind of kid-like. But then a lot of your poems have that vibe.
Do they? I don't really try to write them that way, I guess. I probably just sound kid-like naturally. You write your poems accessibly, so that everyone can understand, which I think is very admirable. With a lot of our poems, a child or sometimes even an adult could pick it up and have no idea what it means. But Sayori's poems speak to everyone. It's part of the reason I think she's so effective as a poet. Thanks, Monica! I don't know if I do it on purpose, though. Well, for whatever reason you do it, it works really well. Anyway, here's mine.
Alright. Credit for finding it. Ah, the credit for finding a little thing. How fun. Minus 91 affection. Barely avoided the final farewell. Jesus. Oh no, not the final farewell. Hope you will recover.
Anyway, here's mine.
Alright, Monica poem. Wrinkles. The moon seems tired. It's so jagged now. So many craters and furrows, like an old wrinkled human face. I try to imagine it as it was when it was younger. I wish I knew the moon, when it was a bright, smooth ball, shining unsullied, energetically, before it became so weary of the world, before it was wearied by time. Huh. You know, I don't think the moon ever was a perfect white sphere. Like, even when it was new, it was made with a bunch of horrible crashes and bangs. So it probably always looked like that, or worse. Even its birth was very chaotic.
Yeah, but I like to imagine my perfectly smooth version of the moon.
For some reason, I just don't get the vibe of an old person when I look at the moon. Like, yeah, I see all the craters and stuff, but I don't know. Somehow the moon seems young to me. I don't know. It just seems so small from wherever we are. And it just seems so energetic given how bright it is sometimes. That's a weird topic for me to bring up.
I think it makes sense. Perhaps it is one of the moon's talents that it seems both old and young concurrently.
Maybe so. I hope it's not tired though. Like Monica says, it probably has to stick around for a long time still.
No doubt.
Well, if we're going to do Natsuki's last, that means you're up next, MC.
Here goes, MC poem, yay! MC poem, I like it, let's go. See you sometime. We used to visit so often. We come up and see you and sit down, have a laugh, stay for a while, eat a bite, have a drink, take a drive together, play some golf. But now it seems like we don't see each other. I thought we would. I just can't seem to make it a priority. I just can't seem to find the time. Everything's so busy here. I wish I could come visit again. I miss you. You know, this could also be about MC consistently working now and not making time for Sayori anymore.
Oh, I get it. Very clever, Sly Boy.
I thought it was a fun way to make my point.
Especially so since the gradual deterioration of friendships is an occasional theme of your poetry. It is a thoughtful way to combine your existing methods and themes with the topic at hand.
Thanks, Yuri.
So like, you used to be friends with the moon?
Well, not just me personally. I'm sort of writing on behalf of all humanity here. Like, humanity and the moon used to hang out all the time, but now we've messed up our priorities, so we never see the moon in person anymore. Kind of a sad story, really.
But like, what do you mean with the golf thing? What was that about? What's that about?
Oh, that's easy. People have played golf on the moon.
What, seriously?
Seriously. One of the Apollo astronauts brought a golf ball and a golf club and played some golf.
Huh. Did he, like, dig a little hole and try to get the ball in it?
You know, I'm not sure.
He did not. He only brought the ball and club to see what it was like when he hit a ball in low gravity. He was supposedly quite pleased with the results.
I see.
It's a very charming poem, MC. Even though it's a regretful poem, it feels strangely positive, and the metaphor is quite pleasing. It really draws you in.
Thanks.
Now let's see what answer Natsuki has for Yuri with regard to problems with the moon.
Heck yeah.
Total victory. I have come fully prepared, my friend, with 50 quadrillion tons of TNT. And if that doesn't work, I have lasers and guns, and special moon-stabbing knives. I did not start our war. You were always there mocking me, but today I will end it. There is no escape, you cannot survive. I will take my revenge. Stupid the moon. Especially... Probably already plenty of holes up there, especially after Natsuki's poem. Yup. Damn, fighting the moon. By the way, listen away for a few seconds if you don't want to get spoiled on Dr. Stone. But yeah, I think it's interesting that they're actually gonna, you know, go to war with the moon in Dr. Stone now. It's very interesting to think about that. Like, they're in this stone world, barely making any technology, and then they're like, we're going to the moon for war! I'm looking forward to the final season, whenever that drops. So looking forward to the final season. But we don't have a release date yet. We just know that a final season is being made. So many outfits. I can imagine. Alright, let's hear what they have to say on this poem.
Oh, I see. Oh, I suppose that's certainly one solution for a problematic moon. This poem is very funny.
How did you write this? Like, how did you even get the idea?
I don't know, I just got this impulse to write a kind of stupid poem, like something a kid would write. Most of the time I just think, this is a dumb idea and trash it, but this time for whatever reason I decided to run with it. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
Why is the narrator so mad at the moon? Why do they want to blow it up? What did the moon do to them?
Who can say? This is something that you, the reader, must decide for yourself.
Very subtle.
I thought you'd like that.
You know, for once I am rendered almost completely speechless by a poem here in the club. But in a good way. This poem truly does speak for itself, and I have nothing to add that has not already been said. It's really something, Natsuki.
I will take that as the compliment I deserve.
Of course. And that's all the poems for today. Shall we move on to emails, or shall we check out Yuri's new mod?
That is something we will find out next time! Also, shouldn't Ria be here? Didn't Ria say she would show up to club this week? She hasn't shown up yet. Imagine they do the mod, and Ria shows up while they are playing the mod. Wouldn't that be confusing? I want to stab you. Yuri's mod. Yeah, we'll have to see what all of this is next time. This feels like a good stopping point to me. Objectively best mod ever. Oh, now I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, don't hype it up too much, because that makes it feel bad to wait for it for another week. But I will resist. A good way to start the next session? That is also fair. A good way to start. Yes, yes, yes. Also, thoughts, Tormuse, as someone who's played the season before. Do you think we can do the next full episode in addition to like the emails and stuff? If we do like a little bit of a longer stream. As long as the next episode isn't like one of those incredibly massive chonkers again, I feel like we should be able to have a clean finish at the end of the next episode. Probably. Maybe. Anyway, let me just hit the big old quit button for now. Because I think it is time for us to rate someone. So it's kind of long from here on out. Oh, are they? Especially the last one. Well, okay. I can imagine the last one being long. I guess we'll just have to see if we can pull off the next one. Again, next Saturday, we continue. We finish off this episode, and we try to make it through the next episode entirely as well. Although I can't make a promise for that. I can't promise that we'll make it through the next episode entirely, but I'll try my best. Kinda long in and of itself. Alright, then it's probably good that I stopped here. So, none of my previous raid targets I think is live. Probably, at least none of the ones on the usual list. Which means, I'm gonna look at, unless we get a recommendation in chat, I'm gonna look at the DDLC category real quick. Why am I the most viewed channel in here? That doesn't make sense. We have someone streaming the Yuri Parable, which could be interesting, but then again, do I really want to see that before playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? You know, it just feels like... I don't know. Or we could just go for that recommendation. Oh yeah, I think I have rated this person before. Irreparable is an awesome mod. You know what? I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll real quick. New poll. Boom, poll is up. Sorry, I just set up the vote. I don't want to reset the poll. But thanks for the recommendation anyway. Let me actually just have a quick look at them anyway. Who is this person? They also only have one viewer. Which would make them a very valid target. You know what? Screw it. I'll reset it real quick. Hang on. I'm sorry. I'll reset it one more time, but after this, okay? There. Alright, I want to have that in there. So, poll is up. Okay. Being of the mod, I haven't hit new game yet. Which makes them a very valid choice. So, okay. 3 options, pick your poison. And then we'll go for it. We have an art streamer who only has a single viewer. We have Kyosen, who we've rated before. Actually, I have to double check again. What were they up to? What are they up to right now? I completely forgot to check. They are playing Star Rail, which I know Spinne is very excited about. Or again, stay with DDLC, do some Irreparable. Each of the choices is valid, and I will leave it to chat to make their decision. The poll is ending in 3, 2, 1, boom. What do we have? We have a tie! Alright, tiebreaker. First thing to get mentioned in chat. First thing to get mentioned in chat will be the tiebreaker. Oh. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, Rob, you were a bit too slow. Spinne changed the vote. Neon did the tiebreaker. Okay. Art it is. Alright, everyone. Let's share some love with this person here. Ambrosia Fairy. I'm sure they are very nice. I'm sure they are a very, very nice person. And they probably deserve all the support. Again, I will continue with DDLC club meetings next week on Saturday, but I will be streaming every day of the week until then as well, just with different games. I'll give it to you.
Her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Karumi.
Anyway, as I was saying, every day until the next, I will stream every day until the next DDLC stream.
Because you've known each other for so long.
So, fun. Hope you're looking forward to all of that, because I am. Alright. Now you heard that, so let me send over the raid. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you around. And yeah, bye-bye indeed. And of course, if you're watching this VOD after it's been uploaded to YouTube, your support has also been greatly appreciated, as Rob is also already saying there. And if you do want to catch me live in the future, there will be a link in the description down below, which will take you to my Twitch. And yeah, I stream there every Friday and Saturday, sometimes other days as well. In any event, thank you for watching, I'll see you around, and yeah, bye-bye.